Matata. No worries, no strife, no cares, no nada. Flow so wavy, they call it that wata. We Bombay to Chaka, get it from my Faja. In like Ramada, no breakfast, just commas. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 Keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. What the I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty, y'all must call me Lou Ferrigno. Beat snapping on that D4L. My Laffy Taffy got a daffy bitch, can't you tell? Oh, circle small, my Ohana smaller. I stitch any bitch trying to cross these waters. I don't care if you don't like me or invite me to your bullshit you have with that type shit don't excite me, but I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep a blue check in my DMs. Call them Omnibank. All I see is M's. All I see is wins. Stack them up like twins. Got a room at the tip till my sweet life begins. Oh, you know how I do. Bitch, I'm me. I never wanna be you. I'm so cold in the game and I'm holding the rain. Call me Gojo cause you in my domain. Shame. They whisper, they plot, and they lie on my name. But I'm coolin' like I'm Elsa. I got ice in my veins. Roxy, Hanma. You can get these Hansma. I don't need this granja. Hakuna Matata. No worries, no strife, no cares, no nada. Flow so wavy, they call it that wata. We Bombay to Chaka, get it from my Faja. In like Ramada, no breakfast, just commas. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. Keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, 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 keep dancing, ho. I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty, y'all must call me Lou Ferrigno. Beat snapping on that D4L. My Laffy Taffy got a daffy bitch, can't you tell? Oh, circle small, my Ohana smaller. I stitch any bitch trying to cross these waters. I don't care if you don't like me or invite me to your bullshit you have with that type shit don't excite me, but I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. I keep a blue check in my DMs. Call them Omnibank. All I see is M's. All I see is wins. Stack them up like twins. Got a room at the tip till my sweet life begins. Oh, you know how I do. Bitch, I'm me. I never wanna be you. I'm so cold in the game and I'm holding the rain. Call me Gojo cause you in my domain. Shame. They whisper, they plot, and they lie on my name. But I'm coolin' like I'm Elsa. I got ice in my veins. Roxy, Hanma. You can get these Hansma. I don't need this granja. Hakuna Matata. No worries, no strife, no cares, no nada. Flow so wavy, they call it that wata. We Bombay to Chaka, get it from my Faja. In like Ramada, no breakfast, just commas. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, 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 keep dancing, ho. I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty y'all must call me Lou Ferrigno. Beat snapping on that D4L. My Laffy Taffy got a daffy bitch, can't you tell? Oh, circle small, my Ohana smaller. I stitch any bitch trying to cross these waters. I don't care if you don't like me or invite me to your bullshit you have with that type shit don't excite me, but I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep a blue check in my DMs. Call them Omnibank. All I see is M's. All I see is wins. Stack them up like twins. Got a room at the tip till my sweet life begins. Oh, you know how I do. Bitch, I'm me. I never wanna be you. I'm so cold in the game and I'm holding the rain. Call me Gojo cause you in my domain. Shame. They whisper, they plot, and they lie on my name. But I'm coolin' like I'm Elsa. I got ice in my veins. Roxy, Hanma. You can get these Hans Ma. I don't need this granja. Hakuna Matata. No worries, no strife, no cares, no nada. Flow so wavy, they call it that wata. Ibambe to Chaka, get it from my Faja. In like Ramada, no breakers, just commas. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep.
All right. Good God. All right. Trying to test to see if the sound is working. Give me 1 second. We're about to jump on.
I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty y'all must call me Lou Ferrigno. Beat snapping on that D4L. My Laffy Taffy got a daffy bitch, can't you tell? Oh, circle small, my Ohana smaller. I stitch any bitch trying to cross these waters. I don't care if you don't like me or invite me to your bullshit you have with that type shit don't excite me, but I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. I keep a blue check in my DMs. Call them Omnibank. All I see is M's. All I see is wins. Stack them up like twins. Got a room at the tip till my sweet life begins. Oh, you know how I do. Bitch, I'm me. I never wanna be you. I'm so cold in the game and I'm holding the rain. Call me Gojo.
All right,
with my domain. Shame. They
hope
whisper,
this works.
and they lie on my name. But I'm coolin' like I'm Elsa.
All right, cool. All right. Let's. All right, so obviously I did a new setup per, DreamCon, so trying to get that going for y'all. I thought it'd be cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm technically, I don't even know if I'm late. I'm gonna be a thou wow about that. It just feels like it. Just because obviously I've been struggling to, I don't even know, get my sleep somewhat correct, and then even with that, then I'm trying to like get out all this content. So I'm probably gonna be dropping something probably around midnight and probably drop something again like tomorrow afternoon. I'm just trying to knock this stuff out so we can move on to the next thing because we got a lot of stuff coming up that I need to do. Literally, if you could see, I have a whole notebook of things that I'm like trying to get together post DreamCon. So yeah. But either way, I just want to say hello and howdy do to those who have already pulled through. Me. Woo. What's up, Kanui? How you doing? How you doing with them 55 months, though? What up, though? And how you doing? So I got to meet Athena. Like, I was like, oh, like, girl. I didn't even know. I was obviously supposed to have a list of, like, everything I wanted to run through, but I was trying to do this overlay, and then, like, I was waiting on a couple of other videos, but, unfortunately, I needed to kind of have that set up on my new computer to download some of the photos because it's like a zip file, so it was like a lot of video, images, and everything like that. So I wasn't able to get that extra stuff. So I'm hoping there's actually some footage on there that I'm not aware that was caught that would probably maybe show that I actually attended the con. So you know we're gonna root for that. But yeah, if anything weird is going on, let me know. I'm gonna try to throw in some background music as ambiance. What's up, Scandalous? How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, I got my finally got some DreamCon merch. Sweet Jesus. Let me see. Let me check something real quick because we're still kind of just starting. So I know everybody, because I was like, when isn't everybody streaming? But especially coming back from DreamCon. And the fact that, like, my luck, the Switch 2 dropped today. Did not pay attention to that, so everyone's playing this new Switch. So, yeah, let me see if I can't test to see if, some of the music will play. Okay. Let me pick another one. Hold on. I might end up going with that one, but hold on. Yeah, we'll go with this. Alright. Alright, I'm going to turn it down so it's not too loud. Sorry, y'all. I don't know. I'm just trying to clear my throat. So, Perks already came back from a con and I'm not sick. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? Won't he do it? So I was taking my vitamins. Obviously, y'all know, you've been seeing, like, somewhat in the Discord. Like, I've been kind of, I would say eating better, but more so just drinking, like, a lot more healthier juices and stuff. Like, I'm more so on that. Let me see. Y'all let me know if the audio is good. It sounds like it's okay, but I just want to double check. I don't want to be like overbearing. What's up, Dejan? How you doing? Let me see. Where's this at? Turn it down in these headphones. Woo. It sounds good. Okay, cool. Cause like I don't want to sit over and do this whole recap and it just like all we can hear is the music. You know, it's just like, well, damn. Anywho, yes. So yes. Like DreamCon was a movie. Like, so, like I said, I would say this is like some precursor. So if anybody comes in late and I miss seeing them or something, you can just respond to them for me in some aspects. But I know it is with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, I live in Arizona, so it's just like the sun is still up. Like, it's like barely setting right now. And most people are like beyond getting ready to go to bed. So, there's that. Two, it is like, God knows, I was trying to get everything going, so I know I'm like behind and slaying. People like, girl, we done figured it out with people's DreamCon stories. We'll just piece shows together. Do what you gotta do. I understand it is late. You gotta get to sleep. And more so, if you need to watch this later, by all means, check me out on YouTube. You can watch it ad-free. Or if you prefer to obviously more so see the chat here, a little bit better on Twitch, come back and watch it on Twitch. I greatly appreciate it. So, sorry, I'm trying to get all my drinks and stuff in order, and it's a whole thing. Like, I had to try to buy, hold on, let me fix this chair. Ugh. So, obviously, my little seat is had it, baby. Hold on. So, I had to try to buy some other little cushion because it was just like, it was all bad. I apologize for this shirt. It's like a extra large or something. I think I have a medium and a large or something. I don't know. But like, I just wanted something to chill in. I just need to throw this on. So, anywho, yes, thank you. I'm glad you like the Winter Soldier cosplay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to another screen and we're gonna kind of like recap that. It feels like the lighting is weird. Like, it just feels like it's like a halo of like dark around me, and it's like you can't really see. I don't know. The lighting's weird. I don't know why. Oh, was that it? That's odd. Oh, that's what it is. Hold up. That's why it's odd. Hold on, I just peeped it. Alright, because it already has a green screen on. Okay, so I mean, I turned that off and know I'm going to need it right back in a minute anyway, but that's besides the point. Anyway, so like, yeah, so any disclaimers, like I said, if you guys have to go or anything like that, by all means, I completely understand. Yes, so just start you guys off with some, I guess, base level things as we get ready to talk about DreamCon, and then we'll get into all the little details. I'm going to try to somewhat flash dance through it. I guess I don't want to keep you guys too long, but, if you have any questions along the way, please let me know. But, yes. So, the funny thing about my DreamCon story, just kind of like, I don't feel too bad about telling it late because I don't think anybody knows I was really there. Because I had events, but it was either they got announced late, or if I was on with Roxy, literally I would see from across the board. It's my luck. It's almost like I do not exist somehow on this earth. But like, if I would see somebody that saw like Roxy's performance or the music thing, they were coming in like right after her performance or when she was announcing like the next person. And I was just like, so nobody I knew saw like Roxy's whole performance. Like, luckily Chinadu was there. Who else pulled up with us? I mean, it was one of Roxy's friends, like they were on stage with us. Shout out, I forgot how he says his name. I think I don't even want to mess it up. But excuse me, we were on stage together. He's cool as hell. I met him before, but like we haven't seen each other in a minute. So it was cool, like reconnecting like that. It was like, okay, we got to get this show together. But like I said, and then things that I was actually on, and the flyers, like no one could attend. One of them got canceled. So it just kind of like, I felt like kind of people saw me, but then it's just like they didn't really see I did anything. So, yeah, so this is the only way anyone's really gonna kind of see it. So either way, so it was really cool. To start off, I will say I went into DreamCon with a completely different attitude compared to when I go into like anything. Like, I not only just obviously myself, but Roxy, we have been working very hard this past year, like literally just trying to get this stuff going. I think like literally, I mean, obviously like as soon as I leave DreamCon, I'm already like, figuring stuff out. But for sure, I think like when it got serious, I think we looked back, it was like November or something. Like we're just like, okay, let's try to get something going. And so yeah, so like literally on top of everything else you guys saw me doing or whatever I had going on, it was like trying to something. Cause like I said, I've always told y'all like, I want to do something, you know what I'm saying? So you guys like, it's not like I've been streaming this whole time or doing all this stuff. And it's like, girl, you ain't made it nowhere. So I was like, okay, going forward, we're just gonna, like, it was literally just be positive. Because there's been so much stuff that's happened. Like even what is it? It's been like last April before I went to Dream, because obviously I had the shoulder injury. So it was like even going to DreamCon then was like dicey because my shoulders were shot. And then this year before I went in, what's up, Tony? How you doing? Welcome in. But even like, what was it? I think when I was like, I have to try to get this fixed. I think it was like maybe January-ish. I can't remember when my back messed up. And my back had messed up so bad because my shoulders never got a chance to heal. So it was like work. It was like, okay, you're good. And it just threw me back in there. And I'm like, I never got the chance to like chill. What's up? How you doing, Panda? Welcome in. Welcome in. I think the audio and everything should be okay. So I'm going to take this headset out so I'm not like, I can feel myself stopping because I'm hearing myself. But like, if anything comes up, just let me know. But, sorry. But yeah, so with that, like, you know the little song, like the knee bones connected to that whole thing, it's for real. Like, if one thing is messed up and it doesn't get to heal properly, it'll end up continuously be an issue, one thing after another. So that's kind of what ended up happening. So me always trying to compensate for my shoulders still being an issue. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi and everything, Panda. You have a good one. Like, it was more so the situation in regards to then it ended up affecting my back while I was at work. So it was so bad. Like, when I went to go even sit in the car, it was just like, it was like a sharp pain on my back. I'm like, I have to get this together before DreamCon, obviously because it's closer than it was last year. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm not gonna have this ruined. So long story short, if you guys have been watching my streams, I've talked about this before. That's why I'm kind of flash dancing through it now. When they looked at my spine, what it was, it started to like curve. Like, it was like, so it was my left shoulder that got messed up the most. So when it ended up happening, it was like, what your body will do is actually like, I guess, literally work around the pain. So it was like my spine was partially curved. So I'm like, that's what's up. So then that was like a 12-week like recovery thing, going to the chiropractor. It was literally, they said like if I didn't come in and like really take care of it as soon as I did, like I was fully set up for it to be almost like a very painful recovery or almost like permanent damage. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't check out and look out for yourself, nobody else will. Yeah, he runs back and packing for the Phoenix. Oh, you're doing the Phoenix Fusion thing? Oh, nice. Well, have fun. I was thinking about trying to go and check that out, but just after coming back from DreamCon, I'm like, so yeah, maybe next year. But yeah, have fun, take pictures. I look forward to seeing them. So thank God for that. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to. Oh, 20, you're going too? Fire, yes. You guys have fun. Like I said, post like your pictures in the Discord and all that kind of good stuff, or nothing else on your Instagrams. I'm looking forward to checking those out. So yeah, so I was like 12 weeks. I'm like, that's still enough time before DreamCon. Let's still go. So was doing that. So I was trying to do like these physical therapy workouts, still doing these chiropractic things, trying to set up and get things going for DreamCon, these meetings, all this kind of stuff. It was a lot. So I was constantly like, mind you, be consistent on social media, try to do all these different things. Obviously still really want to be consistent with streaming because I have fun with you guys doing that, but still even stuff with my job picked up. It was a lot of that. It was a lot. So in that, and you guys know, like when I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff, or especially if I'm kind of like new to it or not sure about it, I'm not one to announce a lot of stuff because my luck, it will get canceled, it will fall through, something will happen, and then it'll be like, I made all this noise. I'm like, but where that though? It's like, so, and then I had the 3D printer. So I had the 3D printer announcement. I'm trying to get that page going, learn 3D printing and all. It was like all of that. So all this work, everything going on to prep for DreamCon. So we're here. So my mindset going into it. What's up? How you doing, Lala? Welcome in. So going into it, I was like, you know what? Because you just see so much stuff. I'm like, what I'm not gonna do is let any ounce, I swear to God, any ounce of negativity mess up what I've been working for. Because I've worked years before. I've tried to stand out, do all this, and it's not even towards anything towards the con or anything, but it's just in general. And it just like I kind of mess up myself, or just sometimes like people I thought I was cool with or thought they were there for me or something. This is like old stuff. It is like, oh, they weren't. And it just like, then you look at like where you've invested time in something or somebody or a group thing, and it's like, well, where is it at? And then look, and then I'm like at the bottom. Like, because I'm going to be real, like I don't have a problem talking about it. Like, y'all know who I know and who are my homies and my friends are, but then it's just like, I know if people are kind of new to me, then they look at me and they're like, oh, they go check my socials. They're like, now, bitch, how are you in the group? So it's just like, I low-key, like, kind of get looked down upon a lot, where it's just kind of like, oh, you're just a little friend, or you just, it's just like, So it's like I gotta work 10 times as hard to be like, okay, for real, like this is what I do for the people that hang around me. And oh, thank you so much, Poetic. I don't know why that notification came up like that. It should have came up differently. But thank you so much for the because it's a resub. I don't think I set that up right. Like it should have came up like this, like with the clouds and everything. This is just a tester one. So hopefully the rest of them turn out right. I'm hoping so because I, try to get this whole thing looking cute. But thank you so much, Floetic, with them 48 months. Thank you so much for the lurk. Like I say, if you have to watch this later, I completely understand because I started late as hell. Completely understand. Appreciate your support. So yeah, so it's just like I know that, and then like especially like my super OGs. Like I'm not talking like just streaming. I'm talking about the ones who knew me even before I started streaming. Y'all already know my little story and how like stuff goes and why my mindset and how I work is already what it is. So, I don't like if you get numb to it. Like I'm confident in who I am and what I need to do and the skills that I have. I just feel not bad, but just like it's just too bad for people that don't, I guess, kind of give me a chance off rip, or they're literally just numbers, or just look, you know what I'm saying? Just like, that's your loss. I'm not gonna let that make me feel bad, because I know what the hell I do. You know what I'm saying? The people that rock with me know it. What's up, Brianna? How you doing? What's up? I know 4 years strong. Damn. Thank you. So yeah, so going into this where it's just like, it's big time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't keep doing the same thing and then just what they said and then expecting something different. It's like, so I was like, okay, let's switch it up. And it's hard for me, and y'all know that, like for me to like focus on me or maybe like, oh, look at the shit that I did. Cause it's like, but yeah, but like I can't, like, it's harder for me to try to do like these, whatchamacallit, like editing is hard just because like the time I don't have, and then trying to do a lot that I usually do for all my friends is just like, I just literally don't have the time, and it's just like that, I gotta focus on me, you know what I'm saying? So with that, I was like, okay, like we put in all this work, we switched things up, and like, even though I didn't get my weight to what it was, and obviously it was really cool to see like a lot of other people on that same wave where it's just like, hey, we rolling up to DreamCon with confidence. Like, F it. It is what it is. I'm like, I don't like this color. Like, I don't like a dark lip. I like kind of like a light, and just seeing it, like, it's a lot for me. Sorry. But yeah, I was just like, because I'm doing good just recovering from like this injury. So I'm like, I'm not going to let this stress me out. I'm like, hey, you know what? Because the thing is, like, it's funny, like, I'll look at other people and everybody isn't looking like, I don't know, we'll just pick somebody, Meg Thee Stallion or Beyonce, and like everyone's snatching this, that, and the other, but they don't look bad, and like I'll see them, I'll be like, oh, okay, and I don't think anything. I'm like, ooh, I know she wrong being in there. I'm like, hey, she got that why confidence, like she got that shit on. So just like, just enjoy yourself and have fun. So I'm like, doing that because that's all I got the time for. You said what? Or people just fake till they see. I mean, it's just, you'd be amazed the difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you're already prepared for, like, the switch up, you know what I'm saying? When, like, like, you weren't fucking with me then. Like, especially, like I said, my OGs know, like, I find it real funny. But it's funny that, too, it just, like, I also get, like, a lot of low-key hate. And I don't even announce it. It's like I posted up, like, look who's hating on me today. I just see it, I'm like, okay, and move right along. I've been getting told stuff since before I even got on All Dev. So, and even when I did, it was all like, you don't deserve to be there. And God forbid I wasn't on something one time. It was like, see, because they don't really want you and you're not really, okay. And if you think I'm going to let you rando tell me something, it's just like, okay. It was like, so with that, we carry on. So, funny story. So we're getting down to crunch time. I got seen on like my socials and all that kind of stuff. If you don't know and you're new or anything like that, why is this thing literally in slow? I don't know why it says that on my end. Like, hold on. If anybody can check, like my mods, see if it actually says slow mode on, like in Twitch. Like if you guys look at it, does it say slow mode? Because nothing else like take that off because my streams ain't never been popping like that. Even with a raid, they were like, "Girl, we good." Like, we know. Like, so I don't know why it's doing that for me. But anywho, but those are my socials. What's up, King Boo? How you doing? Welcome in. Those are my socials, and nothing else. You can check the link tree. And also, if you picked up a card from me, you can look on the back. There's a QR code, and then you can just scan it. But yeah. So with that, I was getting everything going, and so I was like, okay, let me get my cosplays going. The main thing was like, I needed. What's up, Callie? How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, I'm glad. Wait, did I get to see? I know I saw you, but I don't think I had the cards when I was around you. Damn. If I don't know if you got a card or not. If you did, let me know. If not, like I said, I still have a couple of them. So, like I said, I have plans to like do a whole series. Obviously, the Bucky one's gonna be one. Because you were running all over the place too. Exactly. Okay, yeah. Athena, she got the card and the keychain. Yes. So yeah. So I guess I'll say that now to go in. Oh wait, what's up, Nat? I didn't even get to see you slide in. I was looking at something. He said, "Who do we need to talk to?" Now it was like I said, shit happens. I'm just so numb to it. It's just like, all right. But yeah. So I'll say that before I get to this. So as you guys saw, I had the keychains. I was literally painting the last of the keychains as I was like literally all the bags were packed. I was just finishing the last one to put them in my carry-on. That's, I was like, I'm making sure I have additional handouts so I can do that. What's up, Max? How you doing? So I have additional handouts. It was like, shit. I'm like, let's not. With the cards I've been working on, like it was like, I was trying to design those on the side. I had another one that I was looking at, but I'm like, I had it all designed up. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not really feeling it. So I will show you guys that. But as far as the handout, I'm like, this is more like con level handout. So I was like, I'll do that. And plus it just made it simple that it was just 2 to hand out. So then I knew I wanted to do like the hologram because I've always wanted to do like a trading card look. Like I was just like, cause that'd be so cool. It's so like literally for the past like, when did it start? I think like maybe like 2 years ago, I was looking at it and trying to do it. And then like this year, I'm like, that'll be a perfect handout, like cosplay cards. So I'm starting that little series. So I have these now. Obviously Bucky's gonna be one. I know I have like 1 or 2 that I'm gonna get going, but yeah, I just wanted to test out like designing a card and how that works. So I was like, let me start small so I understand like coloring and you know when to like punch up the light a little bit, because some of them almost looked a little dark like on the back, but overall they came out okay. So yeah, so those of you guys that's like the beta series of that my little cosplay cards coming out, I plan obviously do like more elaborate designs, but that's why I wanted to put like some of the holograms on some, and so some of them had like heart holograms, sparkles, or diamond shapes or whatever. So like I said, I've really been wanting to give you guys something for the longest time, and I was just like, this is my chance. So that was my main focus. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me go and try to, I already have my cosplays laid out. I'm like, cool, let me just try them on and throw them in the bag. So I'm glad that, granted, it was only like 2 or 3 days before getting ready to go to the con. I was like, so I had like this corset that I ordered. It came in, everything that came in. I was like, okay, I went to go put it on. And usually when I get like a corset or, a waist trainer or something like that, like I'll get a large and then it's like, it's too big. Because then I'm like on the last latch and I'm like, okay, so there's no tighter to go. So I'm like, okay, well then let me go and get a medium this time and then be on like the first latch, right? Bruh, I still have it. I almost should go get it, but like, cause I need to return. I really need to like go check out that email. I'm like, I need to return this or exchange it. Literally, I put that bitch on because the design of it, I was like, oh, this would be perfect to go with the Bucky cosplay. I was gonna have, obviously, you guys saw the top over it, and then the vest underwear is gonna be like fire. I put that shit on, and if obviously the ladies know, like, you have that inner, that inner latch, and then you have the zipper on the front. I went and one, it already felt like a bulletproof vest. I'm like, God damn. So I put it on, and I was like, okay, let's go in. And I swear to everything that keeps me strong, that shit stopped right here where the clasp went. I was like, hold up. I was like, Because that was everything. I'm like, oh, with this, I'm about to be a snatch bitch, right? And so the fact that it stopped on like, I wasn't even like, I could even like fake it and it be a coat. I was like, oh my God, so I'm fucked. I was like, oh my God. Like there was nothing I could do. I was like, okay, maybe I grabbed the wrong, I'm thinking I grabbed the outside first and not the inside. I'm like, the inside, that brings you all together. And then the outside is like, okay, bitch. I said, and so the theme of that day of me trying on all my cosplays was like, we're not gonna cry. we're not gonna cry. I was like, oh, fuck. So I was like, it's okay. We have multiple different variations of like waist trainers or something else. It's just this one was really gonna set off my Bucky cosplay. So I'm like, okay, we're okay. And it's always hard when you get dressed up and you're trying to do something and you don't have your face done or nothing and your hair's looking like, I look like a little like burnt Teletubby. Like my little hair bun, it was like a tight ass little bun too. It was like this, face was looking like, and that was like, and then I'm trying to try something on and be cute and I'm like, so I was like, it's okay, take it off. And everything I put on, I was like, we'll do this. I was like, we'll try this, we'll do that. And then I ended up kind of pulling it together and I was like, hold on. And I was in that mirror once I put on them fucking Chucks. Because I was like, one, it was boots that I wanted that I was going to buy. There were some other Chucks that really looked like industrial shit. And they were sold out. And I was like, fuck. And I couldn't. I was like, to come up in some more, because obviously I had the white Chucks from last year where I did the Chung Lee gig. I'm like, they would be like, oh, this show Chucky ass bitch. But luckily this one had the buckles on. I'm like, look at God checking out for me. So I was like, okay, cool. Once I put those on and even the pants, I was like, the ones that I had, they didn't work. I'm like, we're not gonna cry. Hashtag we're not gonna cry. I'm like, where's some other ones? It was like some cheap ones that I got from Amazon. And I was like, I'm stuck with them. Somehow, by the way those fit, it worked out perfectly. I put it like boom, bomb, zip, snap. And I had so much shit on. I was like, I'm going to war of making this work DreamCon style. And I was like, eh. Like once I put on the mask and then I had the gun, I was like, because that was my first time really seeing it all together. I'm like, ew, don't let me put on these contacts and get this eyeshadow going, because y'all know I love to match. I was like, So I was like, okay, we good. Put it away, body it, put it in the suitcase like a casket. We're done. So I was like, okay, what's up with, I said, let's go and see and get this Bowsette. Now, if you guys know, if you guys have been here, like I was going to redo the Bowsette and it was going to be one with white hair. I've had this wig for over a year. And then, oh, thank you. I'm glad y'all liked it. I really need to do, like, obviously I'm going to run that the hell back because I need to take more pictures. I really didn't get the chance and we'll talk about that. But, like, I went to go do the Bowsette and it was supposed to be a white hair and I wanted it whiter and it was like more of a grayish kind of wig and I was like, and I haven't put on a wig in a minute, bitch. And I was just like, you know what? No, we ain't even about to stress ourselves out. So I went to go put on that cosplay. I was like, okay, let me mix it up because this time I wanted to wear a skirt. The way that skirt wasn't zipping, baby, I was like, like, we're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. I was like, okay, where's what messed up? I was like, okay, we just need to hike it up a little higher. And then I fixed that. And then, yeah, my Bucky twin, right? And so then I got that to work, got the shoes and everything. And like literally it was like, okay, so everything kind of came together. But the whole thing with getting ready to go out, we're not gonna cry. So overall, I was like, I just didn't want anything messing up my mood. Like, like literally, that's why I made that post for you guys when I did it on my stories. It was just like, hey, literally enjoy everything that you have of DreamCon. If something doesn't work out right, look at it as a chance or a possibility to go check out something you wouldn't have or something like that. Because once this shit is over, it's over for obviously even more than a year now since they're going to do it in July. So it's just kind of like, and you don't want to look back and like, damn, I was up there tight about that. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, it really doesn't matter. So that whole mindset going into DreamCon made this why it was almost a flawless trip for me. Like, one, with all the hard work, just letting it be known. Cause I mean, like, I guess I always feel bad, like, saying like my accomplishments. Cause I feel like it's like I'm bragging, but then just like then I wonder why like no one thinks I'm doing anything. I'm like, well, because you don't say it, bitch. But yeah, so hard work pays off. All the stuff that we were working on, and like, hey, I'm gonna say for the first time of me ever being flown out in my life, DreamCon did it. So luckily, like, especially like, because obviously I know I got the 3D printer, all this kind of stuff. So they covered my flight and the hotel, and like literally the hotel that we got was where I was planning to stay anyway. So I'm like, thank God. Like I was like, y'all know me, I like to kind of be close. So I was like, thank you. He's like, okay, Fleur. Like I was like, oh shit, because I was not expecting that. I was just cool just to go and just like, you know, just obviously grow as a whole, but just like, all right, bet. I was just like, okay, cool. So I was like, thank God, because like the way it was just constantly just money. And just like taxes, and then like I said, stuff with my job, and it was like, it was just a girl was like, oh, thank you so much. I said, thank you. Because of just, I was losing it. So that was fire. I like beyond appreciate them for that. As much as I've appreciated and loved everything they do with the con, and literally already seeing all of them anyway, it was just kind of like, hey, this is my time. This is gonna be my year. I deserve this. So that worked out. So it was cool. We get out there, and then yeah, like everything just really was cool. Now a lot of the stuff that I tried to like that was in discussion of like panels or things I was supposed to be on, that's why I was like, I didn't hear back from it. Literally, it's just like we're flying out there. So I was like, that's why I'm like, hey y'all, like I really thought I was gonna have something going. So I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm saying. I was embarrassed, low key. I was like, I really thought I had something. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, that's why I'm glad I don't be saying shit beforehand. Cause I'm like, But then you see when we get out there, then just like, oh, this and that. Would you like to collab with DreamCon? This event, I'm like, ooh. And this is as I'm getting off the stage with Roxy doing something. So that's another reason why like some stuff you guys didn't see or it wasn't announced the way it should have or whatever. Cause it was just like, it was just coming in kind of late. You said, man, rent did. Yeah. And coming back and it was like, rent due. I was like, woo. But let me go and go to, because we can start getting into the videos and stuff. And if you guys were here at the beginning of the stream, if you heard the music, that's Roxy's new song is gonna come out. I'm so geeked for this fucking song. Like when I heard it, and I was like, because she was still working on different layers of it, and I was like, like it was, you know, you see your friends do stuff, and you're like, okay, cool, but it was just like this shit right here. I was like, bitch. I was like, I said, this is my song. Like literally, we ended up performing it also when we were at the Anime Impulse. But for sure, if you guys were able to make her music showcase thing at the beginning, you guys would have heard it. And nothing else again, like at the beginning of the stream, then you would have heard it. But that song, like I even let my mom and my sister hear it, and my mom was like just like a sample, and my mom said, okay. Both of them were like, okay, it's giving like Missy Elliott. I was like it's not even, I ain't got nothing to do with the song, but you would think like it was mine. I'm like, right, type shit. But let's go check out some of the stuff we have going on. Let's see, how should I do this? I think this works. Like, I know it looks a little janky. Like I was trying to like keep like a theme of a background. Like let me see. Like I just put this in the background. I don't know. I just needed something blue. I made this like less than an hour or two before we started stream. Anywho, but yeah. So let me see. Let me switch the music. Damn. Okay. So let me play a little bit of it so you guys can hear. I think y'all should be able to hear it. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so this was a song that Roxy closed with. So this is fire. Turn it up. All right, hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's on this. That's low.
dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho.
How's it now?
Dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep a blue check in my DMs, call them Omnibank. All I see is M's, all I see is wins. Stack them up like twins. Got a room at the tip till my sweet life begins. Oh, you know how I do. Bitch, I'm me, I never wanna be you. I'm so cold in the game and I'm holding the rain. Call me Gojo, cause you in my domain.
Wait a minute. Right?
I got ice in my veins. Roxy, Hanma, you can get these Hansma. I don't need this granja, Hakuna Matata. No worries, no strife, no cares, no nada. Flow so wavy, they call it that wata. Ibambe to Chaka, get it from my Faja. In like Ramada, no breakfast, just commas. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep
So, yeah. I was too geeked for this. I was just like, hey, my God. So even this version, like, I forgot what she said it was. But hold on. Wait, can you guys hear me? Oh yeah, you can. Sorry, I turned it down on this. Okay, we should be good. I just want to test it, make sure I can hear it for when I play some of the videos. But yeah, so this, I forgot, like I said, like in the music biz, I guess this is like, it still needs some more work done on it. So the one that she released, or she played when we were at the at DreamCon, that's the real one. All right, I still even think, I'm not sure, because we were rushing, because before, that's the thing, Roxy, it was like she was just going to be the host. And it was like, okay, like, Roxy's going to be hosting, da-da-da-da-da. It was like, okay, cool. And then it was like, oh, actually, would you be able to perform? It's like, we were like, fuck. And so then it switched from like other stuff we were focused on. It was just like, she's like, I need to get my whole music set figured out. And it was just, so then she's scrambling doing her thing. I'm trying to design up my cars, and like I'm sitting up there every day with like Prince out on the patio. Like everybody was just like, so it was just a lot. Let me see. I'm trying to adjust the chat real quick because I'm gonna, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't like something about this overlay a little bit. I want to fix it. There we go. Hey, Nighthawk, thank you so much for the raid. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Honestly, perfect timing because I was kind of adjusting some stuff anyway. Welcome in. I know I was watching, I think I got to a good point of like, your recap. I gotta go watch the last part of it though. But yes, thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, you haven't missed too much. We were just, wait, we gotta play it for Nighthawk because I know Nighthawk wanted to be at Roxy's showcase, but that's what I was talking about earlier, like with everything going on. Oh, thank you so much for the resub, right? You almost had 50. But yeah, like I think a lot of people kind of missed it and then came for like when she was like, you know, presenting other people. So like now we're like, okay, let's watch, Nighthawk's reaction. Okay, let me run it back. So my mom and folks, we were like, my mom, my sister, and I, when we first heard it, I was like, it's giving Missy vibes. So I was like, eh. So too geeked up. Thank you so much, Super Casual, for the resub. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. I'm sorry we don't have Pikachu, running in and be like, let's fucking go. Like, but I just did a different overlay for like the cloud effect for the DreamCon. So I apologize. But thank you guys so much. It's really kind of like a welcome back stream because I have been gone for a minute for, my type of, y'all know I feel a type of way. I'm like, oh, I've been gone for too long. But, oh, wow. Okay, let me stop messing with stuff. Yeah, let me go and play while I fix this, the overlay real quick. And especially for y'all just coming in.
I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty, y'all must call me Circle small, my Ohana smaller.
Thank you, Athena, for the 100 biddies. Thank you. Not knees cracking.
I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep.
Yeah, it's gonna be on our new album.
Dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. I keep the blue.
But yes. So I had that playing at the beginning of the stream and whatnot, so like, you know, you guys can hear it. But yeah, that's the Keep Dancing mix. So like I said, even that one is like not the full mastered one, I guess. like I said, I don't know like music terms of like where the what layer of the songs and stuff. But I was like, like I was too geeked up. So y'all already know I have a reel I'm planning to do with this song. I just like I've talked to her about because even when she sent me like the bass level of it, I was like, okay. I was like, she's like, well, hold on, it's not ready. I was like, cause I be doing that, like I be acting out. So like, yeah, I'm trying to get that dropped. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Is like so much stuff I want to do, but I'm like trying to be careful of how I do it because I'm like, like then I know I'm just gonna get ran over and I not doing it fast enough. But hopefully with this amount of time, I'll be able to do everything. It should be a lot of fun. Even I think she wanted to do something for this to kind of play in the background of her when she was performing. But like I said, everything was just getting crazy. We run out of time. Thank you, King Boo, so much for the 100 biddies. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, so I just wanted y'all to get geeked up about it because I felt bad that I felt like obviously it was missed because, it was a lot going on. Yeah, so like I said, please do check that out. Like, I forgot when she officially says it's going to drop so where people can like listen to it, whether, whatever platforms it's going to be on. But I think it's either going to be like either late July or August or something. I forgot. I think she may have said it in her press. She had a press conference at the con. I don't think anybody knew about that. So that is what I'm talking about. What's up, Hedge? Oh my gosh, Hedgehog, you're late. But no, I just want you to pop in. Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I greatly appreciated you guys. Again, like I said, I don't know. Hedgehog, let me know. I don't know if you made it for Roxy's performance. I feel like you were another one. I feel like came in like right after she performed or whatnot. But yeah, I guess I can let it play for a little bit longer so you can hear the rest of the song. But welcome in everybody. How you guys doing? I know you guys got that new Switch, so I know that's about to be some. I know Nighthawk's gonna be playing that tomorrow and stuff. So I look forward to seeing that. That should be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's probably gonna be a minute before I get it because I'll be honest, I still got homework to do on the old Switch. So be prepared for that with my streams coming up. So yes, thank y'all all so much for coming in. If you guys are new here, those are my socials. And then I'm gonna be just doing like photo dumps of things that are going on from DreamCon. I did day 0 and I'm probably literally gonna drop some at midnight and again something else like 12 hours later. I'm just trying to knock this stuff out. But here's like a little sample of Roxy's song that you guys missed. And if you missed it, then it's also playing at the beginning of the stream. But here's the beginning.
I keep dancing, no, keep dancing, ho. 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 I keep. Knees be cracking, but I'm throwing it back though. Booty all muscle, call me Lou Ferrigno. Beat snapping on that
Page.
Can't you tell? Oh.
So yeah, so please do check it out once she drops it. And nothing else, if you guys aren't already following her, please do. Let me see. Shout out at Roxy Hayes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy if somebody wasn't following her, but just in case if you're new. There you go. There's her Twitch, and then I yelled at her about it, so she should have like her Instagram and all her other links checked on there. So as soon as she drops it, you guys are aware. But nothing else. It'll also be in the Discord whenever she drops it. We'll put it in the Queen's channel or whatnot. So yes, so that. So either way, so we had that going. So we were trying to get all this stuff going. So day 0, when we started off, Paige and Nighthawk. No, I was like, all right, y'all, here we go. So flying out and everything was cool. No problems with that. Getting there, I stayed up. I did not go to sleep. So I I think whatever time I woke up that day before, I just stayed up. I get paranoid whenever I have to get on a plane, so I literally can't sleep. I'm like, I'll sleep on the plane. So we get there. I get there before Roxy does. So I'm like, well, the difference about this, because Roxy obviously has a talent badge now, it's a little bit more like ain't anybody just picking up people's badges. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys know, this year I do like that. I do like how they kind of broke up the badges, like of where to pick them up. So it wasn't like everybody was like in one spot. But if you guys are new to going to DreamCon or anything like that, or just cons in general, day 0 is the day to go get your badge if you can't do it. I understand if like, you know, you have to work, you can only get it on Friday or whatnot. Completely understandable, but Thursday is the day. So I was gonna go get the badge, and it was funny because I was trying to get over. So I went to where everybody was getting the badge until I asked, and then they were like, "Oh, actually, you need to go somewhere else." So I walked downstairs. I'm trying to find it. I've never been to Houston. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. So I'm looking, and then like, I guess obviously it wasn't probably publicly announced, and so I was just like, I didn't pay attention to all the, you know, documents and stuff we were sent. So I'm just like, oh shit. So I thought it was Creator, and Up went to the other building. So it was like literally, it was in the convention center is where they had those people go pick up their badges and whatnot. So I didn't know. So I was like, okay. So I go over there. So as I'm walking over there, I end up seeing Vincia in Tokyo. I was walking, I was like, hey. And so, you know, like the little meme with the two little kids, it was like, I think it was like a little black boy and a little white boy, like running on the sidewalk to each other. Like me and Vincia did. We like, oh. So they were South Tokyo. I was telling them like, yeah, I'm trying to get the badge. And so they pointed me in the direction where I needed to go get the badge. I was like, oh snap. So then I'm on this adventure for the red door. And so I'm walking around. Obviously, y'all know it's like sticky as hell. So I'm doing that. And then so the funny thing is, so I'm going, and then like all the red doors, like I'm like trying to open them. I go talk to security. They're like, oh, it's around this way. So I'm trying to open these doors, and there was these two people sitting on the bench, and they were like, they said, oh, like, are you trying to get in? I'm like, yeah. I said, like, they told me it's a red door. What's up, Yoko? How you doing? Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Fire emo, by the way. The hell? I was like, hold up. Like, I was like, let's go look at this emo real quick. Salute, fire. But yeah, so then I'm like, and they were like, oh yeah, I think you could get in some way. And they're like, yeah, like some of the doors are open. It's like, what is this, Super Mario? What do you mean only some of the doors are open? And then we're standing there, and it's these like sliding doors, like if you go in a grocery store. And I'm trying to open the red doors, they're locked. And as I was standing there, I said, and these people were walking by, I said, now if those doors open when they walk by, and they were like, and they both were like, oh, it was a girl and a guy. And I was like, they're like, it's okay, we didn't see anything. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So I just walk in like, okay. Like, I'm like, because I'm up there like, well, which door is it? Like, literally, because I walked past the door, tried to open the door on the red side. Why would I think that if I'm trying to get into something, the doors would just open for me, like open sesame? Either way, I walk in, I end up meeting up with one of the girls who end up kind of becoming like my low-key little bestie throughout the con, because we end up finding each other a lot of times. I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm here to, if nothing else, try to pick up my badge, which would be an industry badge. I said, I don't know if I'm able to pick up Roxy's badge because she's talent, but, if I could, it would help, that whole thing. And then, so we were waiting, I had to have this code, whatever. So as I'm sitting up there, the first people I see, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I see like the Uno dudes from like obviously the beyond viral, YouTube, not YouTube, but Uno video where they did, like, it was like anime-esque. Like, that is, like, I've watched that Uno reel so many times, it's ungodly. Because it's just epic, the editing, how they did that. So the whole team standing there, I'm like, oh shit. But I look like I just sold like a couple dime bags. I look rough. So I'm like, can't do it. And then they were talking to Pierre, and then them out standing up there like Tony Stadavici had walked by. And I think by that time, that's when Paige and Nighthawk was there. And I don't know, maybe I don't know. But even I was like, what the hell am I doing? Because Tony had walked by. I'm like, oh, hey, Tony. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it ain't like we friends and like we rolled up here, but it's just like, yeah, I've seen him before, but it doesn't mean I gotta be like, and like, granted, he's cool, so you just wave back, but I'm like, I need a meal and some water. Yeah, I was just like, what am I doing? I was just like, that moment, I was just like, I need a bottle of water, to take a shower in my hotel and then just get these back. I'm like, I've been through it. I was just like, yeah. So I was like, let me, me, like literally now, like I just couldn't. So that was an L on me. But granted, like me mentally, like that Tony did not care. He was just like, hey, what's up? Because he didn't know who was calling him. But also then I was just like, well, he's walking. It was like the end of the thing. I'm like, if you're trying to get your badge, you need to be this way. But I'm like, they got it. They'll figure it out. Either way. So we were waiting there. Then the girl, she was just like, hey, let me try to help you out. And I gave Paige and Nighthawk their stuff because I felt bad. I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to be sitting here. So she ended up helping me out. I got the stuff and I was like, yeah, I'm picking up the stuff for Roxy. And I'm like, obviously I'm like Roxy's sister. I forget what we call it. Like, I'm her handler because just like, we're doing a lot of stuff and you need somebody to like focus on this or do this and do that and all that kind of stuff. So y'all know how I am. Obviously I'm, the big sis of everything. So it's just like, yeah, so then when they were looking at like, yeah, we're just going to give you all this. Like, most of the time, like, no, only the person, they were just like, yeah, go ahead. And so did that. We got back to the hotel. Roxy was just getting back. We get all that stuff figured out. Finally, we get up there and I'm like, okay, meet her at her room. We drop the stuff off and then just like, oh, shit, we have to do a tour. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, let's get something to eat because I'm saying stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so as where we going to go get something to eat, it's just like, oh, we got to go do this tour. And I guess it's like all the like talent and industry people, we had to do a tour of the con so we knew how to walk and get like managed backstage, so you're not just walking around, which way do I go? So I'm like, that makes sense. So then I'm like, damn. So then we had to hold off on the food so we get freshen up to somewhat and then we go back out. So yeah, because I know I completely changed. So I was like, God forbid, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, off the plane, Houston, sweaty, like, no. And that'd be just my luck. I'm up there, and then it's like, I don't know who's up there, and they'd be like, yeah, first time meeting you, it smelled like a bag of hot dogs. Like, no. So we go, and then, obviously the Thomas fam is up there, Story Mode Bay, what is it? Who else am I thinking of? I feel like it's somebody I'm missing other than who was in the video. I may be missing it. Oh, hold on real quick. Hello? Hold on. So anyway, yes. That's what I was like, okay. Oh yeah. That's what it is. There's too many Tonys. That's what it was. It was like not a bag of hot dogs. That's what I felt like. I just felt sticky. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like obviously all the Tonys that popped up. So you had Tony Stadavici, you had Tony Baker, and then Tony Weaver. And I was just like, so then we say Tony, and then we're walking around with like Tony, the photographer, like with what is it, the Thomas family and stuff. I was just like, well, not Tony Stark, shut up. But so then it's like now you technically got like freaking 4 Tonys, and so you just say Tony and everyone turns around. So it's just like, oh my god. So anyway, so the whole group's rolling. So like this is what, I don't know which of the videos, and I feel like I'm missing a video to be quite honest. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay. Hold on. Because I wonder, let me see if I can load it up. Because I was trying to, but then it was just like, I don't know why. It was just like, yeah, you got too much going on. Yippity yap, yap, yap. I'm like, the fuck? Here we go. Let's see if it'll load. But anyway, so we're walking around. So, this is just one of the videos. Let me see. On the ones and twos.
Oh, so which chords? When I put this chord with that chord,
indubitably. These are not the right wires.
7 wires. Oh, the rest of them go here. Let me smell it.
Oh, that's pure. That's pure.
That's pure wire.
Oh, let me flip my camera. Hey, Roxy. That's pure fiber. We're such assholes. So what that ended up being, that was I think the room they were doing their panel in with the 4 controllers, and then I think we went. I can't remember. Like, Max, were you guys in the same room? Because otherwise, that was your room too. I can't remember if yours was gonna be the one next to it or if that was the same room. I couldn't remember. But either way, that's why Kadeem was like, "Oh, let me," as soon as he saw some wires, like, "Oh, here we go." But mind you, we're taking a tour of like all the different rooms. They're like, "Here's the YouTube room. Here's this room. Yada yada yada. Here's all this stuff." And then he gonna see like some wires and some audio equipment. And here he's like, "Oh, let me just take a little gander." I'm like, what a fucking nerd. So we were giving him a hard time. There we go. Let me do... Ooh, which one is flip? Is it horse? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to look. Okay. Yeah, because I hate when I'm looking like the opposite direction. It throws me off. So, yeah. So you say you're checking. What's up, Capri? And Shay, I hope I said hello. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Emery. Okay. Oh, okay, hold on. There's an ad in process. So I'll try to give you guys a second. Let me see. All right, cool. You said, oh, you forgot your laptop? Oh, shit. Damn. This voice, please. Because it was like we were just like literally, it felt like a field trip. Like we were just cutting up. I ain't gonna lie, because we had like the little, I guess you could call it like a tour guide, and he was like, okay, you need to be doing this, and then like we were just like, yeah, because obviously it was our first time seeing each other and stuff, and then when we do, then we just acting up. So it was just like, okay, and then what was the other one? So then this is where you guys saw like we were walking, and so we're walking down the hallway, and so Roxy and then Tony were doing like this little like da 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 da. And so they're doing that, so I got my phone out because they were doing really well. And then like that's why I started yelling at Cleo. So it just sounds like I snapped off on him, like off rip. But he was just like in the way of like, if you ain't gonna dance and move. Hold on. Whoa, what the hell? Why did it do it like that? Hold up. That sucks. Like I can't even. I was trying to show y'all, so it's like, the fuck? Like, it was, I thought it was, you know what? I know why it does that. It does that because if I do it individually, then it just does that, and it's just like, it's so stupid. Okay, let me cancel out of that. We'll just play it. Sorry, it's gonna be small, but you guys check my Instagram.
No, and 5, 6, 7, 8, we go. And... No, he just. Wow, look at. I like to do it.
I think Kadeem got in on it. Ball
Quick,
change.
It's not that hard. Oh, whoa. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
So in the back was their mom, and then it was more so just like a lot of other people's kind of like either their kind of assistants or we just call them handlers because I don't know. So let me see. Yeah, I was trying to make it bigger, but it's literally the same video I have on Instagram. Like when I make it bigger, it takes up the whole screen. Like when I click on some of these in the thing, like it'll do it just like in this little slat that it was because like I uploaded multiple of them. So, but yeah, nothing else. I guess it's just a plug to go check it out on Instagram. But yeah, it's that. So that was that. First, I was taking the tour, and then. What was this one? Oh. This, I wish I could have got the first half of it. I think this was like just one of the little creator lounges. So we walk in, we see like they have like, the little arcade stations, and then they have some other stuff in there. And then so when Kadeem walks in, he does like this hands down high knee thing. He's like, let me go a second with this ski ball checking like. And his knees were so high, and I was like, why would you do that? Because it ain't never been that serious. He's like, let me go check with this ski ball. It's like the fuck? Like, let me see. Let me turn it up so you guys can fully hear it.
Let me speedball.
Oh my god! So they had that.
It was the knee.
That shit had me weak. Oh, that's who it was. TK is in there. If you guys have seen like a lot of other like dream cons or just any other thing that they've done, like with different announcements or just RDC has done, TK is one of the announcers. He cracks me up all the time. Him and his homeboy, I forgot to get his name, but like I've always loved their stuff. Like I don't know. Like when I met him, I'm like, bro, like your shit when y'all get to sit up there and be commentating, be having me in tears. He's like, yeah. He's like, I was finally glad that they let us host some sports stuff again, because usually it was just like, you know, the Smash Brothers, like, you know, the gaming stuff. He's like, we want to do some sports. So if you were able to make it to, for sure, I know they did the dodgeball. I wasn't able to make it to the volleyball. And I'm going to be real. This is how ridiculous it was. I didn't even know that Cleo was on the volleyball thing. Like, I know one of my homegirls, what is it? Who else? It was two other people, but I know I ended up meeting with E, or Exactly E. If you guys know her, she's also on with, obviously, why am I like, I'm trying to think of a whole bunch of names. It's like, but she's obviously with Persephone and the lesbian homie. So she was doing the volleyball, and I was like, damn, like, I missed that you were going to be doing it. I was like, and I think I tried to get it that day when we were RSVPing, and it was just gone. I was like, fuck it. So I didn't even get to see it. So I'm looking forward to like all the footage, because I didn't get to see any of that, but I did get to see the dodgeball. And Vader is scary. Like, I was thinking about like, oh yeah, because I was like, the year before, I was like, fuck it, I want to do dodgeball. Fuck that. Like, I was on the opposite side of where Vader was and behind the glass, and I think I was like the second row. That shit hit the glass, and I jumped like it was like a 4D movie or something. I was like, oh shit. And then he was throwing it so hard, like it went like 4 or 5 rows past us. I was like, now nigga, we get it. You've been working out. If you don't chill, I was like, nope, none for me, thanks. Man, I thought this was a video, but this was like but as they were setting up the Meg's like liquor boot station and stuff, this is just me showing, like, literally, you can see me. This is when I was painting all this stuff before I left, like getting like, so I only had like 2 of the light pink ones, some dark pink ones, and some purple ones. Unfortunately, those I didn't get to sign, and then I had my own custom one of like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, so that's day 0. Yeah. So either way, yeah, I was just like, now, because if I get hit, that's it. I'm about to cause a scene. I'm like, and when they hit me, I cried. Like, hell no. Like, because what? And I don't even blame, because Tasha, she was up there, and she was just like, look, at a point, because she was, poor baby. It was like, if she would be the last one left, the last one standing, she was like, shit, look, I'm just out here for the vibes. It was like, but either way, so that was fun. We ended up, like, that's when we went to go eat, and then, like, if you guys saw what is it, Hedgehog story, I think maybe he probably went over it in his, because like him and Donna came by, but I was looking busted. Like, I was, by that time we had done all the things, so it was just like we just wanted to finally eat and sit down. And so I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have any makeup on. I think I best had on eyeliner, and I was like, I look like a little mud duck. And so I was just like, and then like but I wasn't really hungry, so I just had like this baked potato, because we were at Papa Do's, so I had this baked potato, and now I got like an espresso margarita or something like that. So I was like eating that, so it was just like, okay, so I was cool, like I wasn't tipsy or anything like that. I was just tired, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, I had not been asleep since the day before. So when I thought about it, I was like, oh, I've been up for like well into like 30 something hours, and then just like constantly running around. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, so that, espresso martini, that's why I got that, like thinking that was like maybe gonna wake me up a touch, but then it just had me on some high-low shit. And then wait, where's that video? Okay, so that's also on Instagram. Yeah, like the last video on that, like when Rossi was getting out of the car. Oh, let me see if I'm gonna try to load both of them in here just so it'll let me show them like in the thing. I'll load that one and I'll load this, and maybe it'll work. I'm trying to see if there's any other videos I can load so then it'll just be a thing. But I guess that's about it. We'll do that. We'll see if that works. But yeah, so then we went out. That's the other thing. So I should have been dead now that I'm looking at this. God damn. So we because there was no nap. There was no nap. So like I just put like this is how it started. Cause we were there, no one was there.
Damn, man. He had a time tonight. He had a time tonight. You got them Dance 3 2.5. Hit him with it.
He said, "Oh yeah, the YouTube creator joint."
Where's the parade, dude?
This was like a club. Like it was like we were off. I forgot. I don't know, Max, if you remember what it was, because a lot of times like everyone would be like, and obviously if you went, you know, it was a lot of like, oh, you going out? Yeah, where? And it was like LAN parties, like DreamCon official parties, RDC summer parties, and then you know Annie Aim parties. I was just like, so yeah, okay, yeah, because I think we mainly went to LAN parties because yeah, it was with the guy Greg, because then Roxy was like either supposed to be hosting them or be, you know, something there, featured there, so whatever. So we went to that. So that's what we were doing. It was like, so yeah, the Trap Sushi was another one. I know usually with Trap Sushi, that's a lot more so with Tokyo and them. So just like trying to keep up with all that stuff. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I can't even tell y'all. I'm sorry. So that is just like when we were there, like it was really no one there, but we were tired, and I was just like, and I was just kind of pooped. I was out of it, but I was just like, you know, still having fun. But by the end of the night, I was just like, I told her, girl, we better chill because tomorrow we got to do this. Like, then we just had our schedule. We got to do this. So it was like her schedule, anything that I was possibly supposed to be doing, events that I was trying to see that obviously I RSVP'd for, and then just other shit I was trying to see. So just like, it was a lot. Plus running around with the camera, coordinating with Queasy, trying to get our plan together. And then they were throwing stuff. And then like, they said like Roxy had like some kind of interview that they threw in there. At the top of it. Oh, here's a better view of it.
Mm-hmm. Bah. Bah. Cleo, get out of the way, you miserable. Yo.
Catch up with the chat real quick.
5, 6, 7, 8. We go. And... No, he just. Wow. Look at.
The way I went to bed.
I like the. Quick ball change. It's not that hard. I can't dance. Oh,
remember that.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh. Wait a minute. Where's the other? Did I not put it up here? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that one's on the Instagram too. It is like when we were in the YouTube lounge when they were dancing around. So that one's on there too. Yeah, I did have that one's on there too. Mama Thomas, she was cutting up. She was up there teaching us to dance, like was it the fan dance or was something? She had the moves down. I was like, I guess she'd be on TikTok. She was getting it. She was out almost every night at the club, more so than probably Cleo and them was. I was like, okay. And you see her over there and she be playing it. And I heard she won the Domino's tournament. Didn't even know there was one, but she won. So I was like, okay. So there's that. So, yeah, so that was like our first day. It was a whole thing. Exhausted. We had a lot of fun though. I'm sure Roxy's going to do like her recap probably soon. So then I think like some of the other stuff, some of the other half of the stories I'll tell over there. So it's not like crazy long as a night. But, cause there were some jokes that were like, that lasted the whole fucking weekend. So then we get into, oh, wait, this is the same night. So then this is us back at the hotel. Hold up. Ain't no way. We gotta get up in the morning. Look at this shit. Her in these damn heels. She was just walking like she done had it. I was like, why? I was like, and then that's what I'm saying. It's just like, and we have to get up. This is day 0. This is how we're starting out. I'm like, come on. And then there was another picture. I didn't even upload it. But it was like, you know how you put your glasses on top of your head? There was a girl standing in front of, mind you, both of us end up like, I can't remember if I lost my key to my room, but I had hers. I was like, let me keep up with yours because you're going to lose it. And did. But I had her key, but then I couldn't find mine because I was keeping up with her key. So I was like, F it. So then we had to go back and go get keys. Day 0, we're already getting keys. And so there was a girl in front of us, and she's like, Your glasses, Roxy had her shit, them glasses, you know, like they're sitting on top of your head, they're supposed to be like that. That shit was cocked off to the side on her head like this. And she's like, what? I was like, oh my God, Roxy. And it was just like, it just looked like we had walked home. Like, literally, like we both had like a whole fifth to ourselves. I was like, ugh. So that was that. But I digress. What is it? Is it DreamCon's newest, right? Like coming to the stage. That's how we came in. Like, hey, is it like while she's doing all that, she's like, hey, like, catch me at my such and such. It was just like, Lord Jesus. Basically, yeah. Like, she already done weaseled into the family. Like my mom be like, how Roxy doing? She's like, tell our mom I said hi. I was like, all right. So it's too late. She already done weaseled in. The damage is done. So then, this is getting ready. And this is kind of the shit I be talking about. I'm going to make a whole, like, what do they call that? Like, not a collage, but just a whole thing of, like, all the shit where it just be, like, I be ready to go, and then it'd be, like, Roxy's on some stuff. Oh, no problem, Emery. Yeah, don't forget, what is it? On, I don't know, maybe Saturday sometime or something. I'm going to be off. Like, we're going to try to jump into some more Marvel Rivals and stuff. So sleep well. Thank you. Compilation. I could not come up with that word to save my life. Sleep well, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Like I said, if anybody else has to leave, I completely get it because it's already 9 o'clock here. I know I started late. Like, again, you can check out the YouTube. There's no ads there because I haven't made it yet. So let's all take advantage of that. But if you do like it, leave a comment of what you like. And then if nothing else, you can rewatch it here. Thanks a mil. So this is us, like, getting ready. I'm ready to go. I done got down in this whole thing. And then
And we're good.
when you're extra because you got nails and bones, just taking forever. Hold on, just see.
Hey, can you edge me down?
Oh my God. See? Because then she's like, I'm sitting up there, I'm like, Roxy, you ready to go? Roxy, like, I'm like, okay. He said, nah, I'm up tonight. Okay. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, wait, I'm like, are you ready to go? He said, okay, let me just do this. And then it is literally, because there's a girl that, like, she does, like, these skits where it's, like, her and then it's, like, her homegirl. It's just, like, I just want some of that. Like, I want some of that blue eyeshadow that you be doing. And she be like, we don't have time for it. Like, what's up, Vic? How you doing? Like, it's like, because we're running late. And then she's like, well, can you edge me down? She want me to give her, like, the baby hairs that I be doing. I'm like, girl. Like, you were saying, like, we have not ate. We have not. I'm like, oh, my God. So then I don't even know if I have the gel in there. I either have to go to my room, go get my gel, because she wants the gel that I use. And I was like, you just got to have to get your stuff when we go to my room, because we were, like, down the hallway from each other. I'm like, girl. So these are the things I go through. So then, like, we had met Queasy. We're like, all right, team backstage, because we had a lot to do. So we get our little Starbucks and we're like all in together. I like the weather now. It literally, Nat, I'm not joking. When I go out with Roxy, literally I keep like little hand sanitizer wipes to like wipe her down. And then like, 'cause she's always like making a mess. Like it's just, that's why literally it's like a handler. It's just like, it's just an adult babysitter. It's always something. Lord, keep me lifted. Anywho, so we get going. So we get to the green room. Thank God they have food there. Oh yeah. So me and Ryan. So sometimes we be talking on the phone, but like we'll be cracking because like one of us all supposed to be working on our waiter stuff, right? And so whenever one of us is getting food, we like crack on the other one. So they had like lamb or something like that. It was like she opened it, was like steamed up. I just got me some little they had the cute little waffles. I think I had the picture of it. And they had some little food just to kind of, something. So it was cool. So she got this lamb. And I was like, okay, let me go and get a Biggie Big Bag meal with a Biggie Big Bag drink. Because she said that one time when I was on the phone with her and I was going through Starbucks and it was on speaker. She said that shit so much that the people in Starbucks started cracking up. They were like, because I was laughing because I couldn't breathe. And then like one of the girls didn't hear. They're like, wait, what was said? I was like, I am so sorry. She's like, then the girls in Starbucks, they're like, well, no, we want to know. So I told them. And then when I got up to the window, like 3 or 4 of them are in the back cracking up. And they were all at the window to see who I was. And then just like, oh my God. I'm like, and then I was like, hey, check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, if you're in the LA area, like, not you. You know, it's just like, I can't do shit. And it was ridiculous. They were weak. They're like, oh my gosh, not a Biggie Big Bag meal. I was just like, I cannot. So he's going to give me a Biggie Big Bag meal with a big. So like we were in there for, oh, there we go. So they had like a cute little, I guess, little dropper, and they stuck it in the waffle, and they had like the little syrup in it. I was like, that's smart. I didn't even know that was chicken in the in between part, but you know, they were trying to keep it hot or whatever. They had other options and stuff, but it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, damn, like, so we were in there, and then like, as much as obviously I've been watching RDC, I don't even know how many years now, because I was watching them before I knew they were them. You know what I'm saying? I would see their stuff all the time, and I was like, oh shit. And so when they came in, it was everything in my soul so bad. I wanted to just get a picture with them. I was just like, but just like, that's the thing. You're in the green room. And I'm gonna be honest, you don't want to, me personally, this is just me. This is just how I roll. That's the whole point of a green room. And that's why they have all this stuff kind of broken off the way that they do. Because that's their place to chill. If they wanted to be someplace where I'm like, oh my God, can I take a fucking picture? It's like, then where's our piece? So, you're supposed to be back there with your, So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm going to let it slide. So what I didn't know, because my back was to them, like later that night, Roxy's like, oh yeah, like Mark said hi. I said, what? She's like, yeah, he said hi to us, but my back was faced, so I didn't even know. I was like, oh. And she's like, I was like, no, I didn't know. And I was like, so I was up there trying to be cool, like, okay, like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just do your stuff. But I wanted a picture so bad. I don't know why I feel like I could almost cry right now. Because Ben was there. Like, it's like, I watch their stuff all the time. And, like, literally even some of the stuff that I say, like I'll be joking around and, like, I'll be like, literally, if you guys ever hear me say shit citizen, like, literally, that's from Leland. And Leland has so many one-liners where he's just like, and action. Like, so to see them, I'm like, finally, like, it just, and I was like, I can't say a thing. Like, but the funny thing is, like, Desmond, like, when I see Desmond, it's just like, hey, nigga, you know what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just like, but it's just like, literally everyone but Desmond walked in. I was like, and like, Dylan was one that I never got to see him live of all the other, like, DreamCons that I've been to. So it's just like, fuckity fuck. Yeah, Shady Ray. It's like, all that shit is just so many things. And I'm just like, be cool, bitch. And then like, I'm like, you'll see him other times. You get a chance. Just don't be that person. Don't ruin it. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's like, I'm trying to do my own thing too. So it just kind of like, like me getting that badge is just literally that. Like, I'm helping. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's like, I don't know. I think I would try to do like maybe a Discord chit chat about like, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I you know what I'm saying? I be getting shit about shit that I get, or the way of things that may happen to me sometimes. It's just, this has like been ongoing. Like I said, my super OGs, I remember before I started streaming, you already know, but it's just like, when I get stuff, it's because I'm working. It's not because like, oh my gosh, because so-and-so's my bestie and I just da-da-da. And then they just, because literally I've seen people do that, and then like they literally don't do anything. They are no more help than a potted plant in the corner. And it's just like, y'all know me, I'm going to work. I'm doing something. So it's just like, so it sucks when it just like, it feels like we're, I guess like more so certain people almost kind of look at it that way. And it's just like, it's just like, but that's the thing. That's those people. That's not me. So to each his own, they can do that, but it's just kind of like, so I more so always set myself up to make it known, like, I'm doing what I need to do. Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? You're just being professional. Like I said, as much as like in that moment, just like, damn, it means so much. It'd be cool. But it's just like, hey, if it was meant to be, there'll be another time, and it'll be a little bit more professional in a way of how it comes about or something. But like, it was the fact that I didn't know, and they just said that shit behind me. He's like, yeah, he said hi. I'm like, because then it would have been cool if I was like, oh, hey. And, God only knows, but hell, I probably look like the bitch. I'm just like, because I digress. But you just have those L's in your mind. Like, if you say something weird to somebody, like in a drive-thru, and it like bothers you the whole day, you're like, I'm a lame. And like, nobody else is thinking about it. It's just like, You said Lito felt the same way. But that's how Cleo introduced Leon to Tonina. Yeah, just like, and that's the thing. I would see certain people back there. And the same thing happened to was it Queasy? It was like certain artists or something that was back there, and he was just like, damn. He's like, I'm really a fan of so and so's work, but he's like, we ain't trying to look like that, because that's the thing. We know we're on a job, like so it just kind of like, that ain't the spot. So it just kind of like, I always respect, like I said, a lot of the background people, like like Kaisers, just everyone that works behind the scenes, a lot of the camera dudes that we know and all that kind of stuff, because it is like, you're not always the one in front, and you are the one to make the other people shine and stuff a lot of times, but it's just like, so we were like, hey, if it meant to be, it'll be. So either way, it was cool, but that was one I was like, oh, God. So anyway, so we ended up going to the little YouTube room. We have so many pictures, but they do like, it was like the little live thing where it did like a whole bunch of little snaps. I know you guys saw it in the story where it did that. I'm gonna, like I said, I still gotta release a lot of these videos, so you'll see them on whatchamacallit, Instagram. So I'll get those posted up soon. This is me meeting E in real life. Like obviously I've, you know, I'm her mod or whatever on her stream, and so we well, no, because I met her before, because that's how I met her before, and then I was her mod, but I guess I just didn't pay attention to the height difference. I don't know why. And it's just like, but this, she wasn't even wearing heels. It was just like, and then it's like, I felt like this is, everyone's like, yeah, what was it? Not a potted plant. I'm just saying. He said you deserve everything you work. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know, like I said, that's what I was saying earlier, but you know, you just get them people that be like, you know, then especially people that don't know me, and they're just like, who is she? Why is she here? Because everyone thinks that everyone that's in a room or something, like, they should know them. It's just like, no, because sometimes these people need help. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but yeah, so, like, I met her at the previous DreamCon, and then I ended up being her mod on Twitch. And then just, like, I just don't remember the height difference that bad. And I was just like, so then it just felt like everything was like, oh, baby GQ. I'm like, no. So this, I was like, all right. So I'm 5'6". Like it was 5'5.5", but apparently it, you know, it is a 5'6". Thank you very much. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for that, for the hard work. But yeah, so that more so, and that's why I really want to take advantage of like what I'm doing in this space, where it's like with me, it's just like, since it is like background work or stuff you just don't know, or the people in the background don't get credit unless the person says it. And luckily, I'm around a lot of people that will just straight up say it, or they'll shout me out more than anything. Because even last year it was crazy, like, because like Persephone was just up there like, oh yeah, this is my mod GQ, she does this, and like Persephone was just really getting into streaming, but she's just like, whatever, check my girl out. Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, like, golly, thanks, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Obviously, you know, Roxy and everybody, you know, the whole squad, like they, like, if I'm doing something they can shout out, that they do if they can or they try. But it's just like, so yeah, so same thing, like I said, so like like I said, we've talked and stuff offline and all this kind of stuff too, but I was just like, huh. It's like, so I'm like, I know I'm gonna hear it for this because I look like a baby. But I think like she's like, I literally think she said she's like 6 something. She's at least 6 foot for sure. So just like, hey, what happened? What was it? What's up, Angel? My bad. I don't know if I even said hi. I think I just started talking. So when I meet you, please, Angel, please. But can we also talk about the switch up people do? I saw it happen to others and myself. Yeah, like there's a lot of switches. I'm gonna be honest. There's switches in all directions. It's just like shit. There's more than just a fork in the road when people are like, oh, skirt, like good, bad, and different, and then some. Yeah, Persephone is so sweet, and that's the thing is like a lot of these people you would think like, oh, they're so popular, this, that, and the other, like they would be, but like really sweet. Like honestly, like Essence is just, I don't know, she's just a sweetheart, and I end up helping her out later, and like it's just the fact like literally like everyone was able to find one another. I mean, obviously it's probably easier for she just look over the crowd and be like, hey, little muffin top, and I'm like, what's up? And just like, but honestly, I covered it up. Really, yeah, it didn't muffin up too much because it was just that because I had so many things on. I just felt like that little like bounce, and I'm like, but let's see. So we did that. Oh, and then like Kadeem and his Demario. And like it's a me. Like oh my god, I forgot how old that is now. Ever since Kadeem said that, I forgot what stream it was that we did on All Def. Because I don't even think I was on the stream. It was something else. And it was like, they were talking about something look like Mario. And then he did that, it's a me fam. Because it was, I guess it was talking about like, if Mario was in New York or something. And that has never, it's always that. So now like, that's our thing with Kadeem specifically. Like that's his, it's a me fam. Like, so I was so happy he had sent this to me. Like, I forgot when, I think when he came back to stream, he's like, GQ, I did it. I was like, oh, you finally did it. So, and then that's when I sent him my gun. I was showing him he was like, okay. So, I forgot where we were at for this, like what we were backstage for. Cause we had to do something. And then we were walking to Roxy's, to the music.
Cool, but...
Yeah, this was the music thing. Yeah, maybe it was open ceremonies. Maybe it was that. Yeah. It was just so much. This is all before people started coming in. I forgot I even did that. All right. So anyway, I was in there. So we were doing that, and the thing is, like, we were walking with JD because JD was like, I don't even know what's going on. He's like, I'm just gonna walk with y'all. And then we did end up seeing like Pat and Persephone. It was everything was just like a. I was like, oh my god. So this is a home. I can't.
Look at Roxy.
I don't like. I saw his name on Instagram. I can't remember off top, but I met him at BlurredCon. Fire guitars. Like and I was like, did you bring the guitar? He's like, I was trying to chill, so I did not have to play the guitar. But I was just like, so you do get the chance. Like, I'm hoping. I forgot where he says he's gonna end up coming out next time, but hopefully he plays some music. So he was there to help out Roxy, and then we were like, okay, we did not really have the time to get all this stuff together for the performance. With this figured out now. So I was talking to him. We were like trying to figure out our moves that we're gonna do for Roxy's set. We had talked about it like weeks ahead of time. Roxy and I, but then someone else who was supposed to come up there didn't. So we kind of like fixing up some stuff on the low, like right before the show. And so we was talking, and he's like, he said he knew how to do either a backflip or something. And I'm like, we're gonna need that flip. I was like, and he's like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm just saying, if you got the knees for it, we're going to need the flip for the show. We are crunch. We are trying to get this together. And so he was warming up. I was getting some stuff going, mind you. Queasy's constantly trying to set up the camera. It was just, like I said, it's so much stuff that you're like, okay, this, mind you, like, and y'all know with the events, like, some events are delayed, or this is this, or we're trying to, like, granted, we did the tour, but, you know, things look different. It's, like, no different than when you're driving somewhere at night compared to driving it during the day. It's, like, shit. So when you're looking at the convention center when no one's there, cake. When people are there and this and that, like, you're like, what? And it was just like, okay. So he was there. Thank God this man was there so we could go and do this. And he was so cool. Like I said, we were cracking up, boy. I was like, so we were trying to get it together. I think he was at an event for something else, but he was upset because even he had like some party that they were advertising. But he's like, yeah, I just found out we have flyers like right before I came up here for tonight. And then like the event was supposed to start at 7. He got the flyers at 5. Wait. I said, well, shit, you might as well throw these out into the crowd for that. He's like, right. And then it was like, what is it, Irv the Phenom? He was there. And it was like, it was a lot. We just had a lot going on. There was a lot of people, a lot of faces, a lot of, you know what I'm saying? So from behind the scenes, so you guys understand why y'all did not really see me or why it was like, it's because it took a lot to try to get stuff together. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how she would have did it if she didn't have a team to do it. So, yeah. So, and then obviously we had Chinadu there. Chinadu pulled up. So Chinadu was there. He had pulled up, and then that was the thing too. So Chinadu came through, and obviously when it was just like Tony Baker pulled up to the con, but like Tony and what is it? Who else was all? What was it? It was Keenan, and why am I flaking on his name? I'm bad with names. What's the? Because it's Brandon. Yeah, or Brandon or Brendan. I forgot how to say his name. Because like we have Brandon Brody, and I think how is it? B. Lou. That's better to say it. B. Lewis, Brennan. Okay. Okay, it's Brandon Lewis. Okay, there you go. Okay. Brandon Lewis, he was up there, and so they were all doing their show. And then so since Chinadu was there, and obviously Chinadu does comedy, I think he did a set up there with them. I don't know if I think he was there the whole weekend because they were up there. So he was up there. So then it was like, oh, okay, let's pull up. So then they did. We didn't see Tony at the con. We ended up on the last day. We ended up going to Tony's show, which was fucking fire. It was. I wish I could just get like a DVD of, and that just sounds like retro as it sounds right there. But I just wanted that set. Like Tony is like, me and my sister had seen his show before when he was out here in Arizona, but if you get the chance, I swear to God, like comedians, you may see their Instagrams, you may say, go see them live. It is a completely different vibe. It was so funny. I'm so glad that's how we ended our whole night. I mean, our whole trip and everything. But yeah, so when Chinadu pulled up. He was so proud just seeing Roxy doing stuff. Because, Roxy was doing big things. I was so proud of Roxy and stuff, too, because, as y'all know, last year she was sick. And, honestly, she had everything and then some go on for her last year. So, I was like, Roxy, last year, I'm like, if you could just try to do the comedy set, I know, like, I was trying to, finance some of the stuff if I could just to try to get her up there. We were trying to make things where I'm like, I know if you do the comedy set this year, I'm telling you, it's going to, because she just, and if you guys are, those who were able to make her comedy show, y'all know, like, especially those who went last year, and I've heard, like, of those who went this year, and I'm going to talk about her going this year, like, she's perfect for it. So it's just like, please, God, go. They need to see you be great. And then the fact of, like, just that and them really recognizing her, like, because literally after that, like, once she did her set, and then once DreamCon was over last year, they were like, oh, shit, hey, Roxy, we didn't know. And so and then that for everything to blow up the way that it did, and she's doing this. Obviously, she hosted for the Boondocks. That was fire, because, like, obviously, just what Boondocks means to all of us, let's just be real, and everything. It was just everything I was just so, so proud. So, honestly, just to assist her and make her life easier in any way that I could, but everything she was doing was just, I didn't care. I just want to see her be great, because she beyond deserves it for everything that she done. So this is our little group shot after we did our set, like, because we were like, God knows, like I said, and it sucks. I know that's the thing. I know, what is it? Queasy has the footage. So I was trying to unzip some of those files so I could see some of it, like, because I'm not sure if anybody in this community was able to see, like, Roxy's performance, because that's where she's also performed a song. But there was a lot of other people there. They were hype. We were jumping around, dancing around. It was a lot of fun. So he got up there. He did his backflip outright. We were like, let's go. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a perfect vibe for what we were. I don't know if you guys know Liz. Like, she was up there. She was obviously the Dragon Ball Z. She also got to go up there with Meg Thee Stallion, and she won. Like, that wig was epic. So her, and then obviously then you have Av. He got up there and did his music. I liked his song, the Walk It Down. Like, I wanted to do the Walk It Down challenge. That was fire. He got up there, and y'all know I love some purple. I'm honestly just now seeing the shoes, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I wanted that. Like, I don't wear puffer jackets, but it's just like that purple. Like, I was on that the whole time. I'm like, if I could just get that, the exact purple that is, to put that in anything that I have. Loved it. Oh, you met Liz in New York? Okay, yeah, perfect. I know she be bouncing around. Her set was fire too. Please go check out her Instagram, because the girls that got up there, I forgot her name, but she's like known for like her dancing. She was twerking it out. I was up there like, she busted out a split. She had the isolation on the cheeks. I was like, hey, shit. So I'll be dropping like some of the highlights from their stuff. And then in the background, they were doing their little
Preheat?
So they did a fire set. Kiki was up there. She did hers. She did her performance, but she couldn't perform to the way that she wanted to, because she ended up hurting herself with doing the volleyball thing. So that was kind of unfortunate. So it was like, damn. But luckily she still did a fire set, though, all things considered. I know I'm missing some stuff. I just don't want to keep you guys too long. I mean, we're only an hour and so in, but still, like, I'm trying to think what else happened, because that's the thing. It was so much stuff that was like the event. So like the day Roxy had her music thing, I feel like right after that, we kept having to run to stuff. It was like, okay, now we have to do this and do, it was a lot, because this is like day one. We tried, God knows we did. We was like, oh, maybe we can go, check out the gaming area and the artist alley. Literally, we barely got to see that, like, our last day. That was it. Valid page, you right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm literally trying to think of what else happened at the con that day. Cause, like, everything just turns into a blur, but I know we did all that. Cause for me to be walking around in my Bowsette, I don't know if I really saw too many of you guys. If I did, because I don't think I really saw anybody enough to take a picture with me. But I did. I think this was the first day that I was able to hand out cards to people if they saw me. And I'm really glad of him. I got a card. I was trying to hand him out to the best of my ability. Keep us lifted. I think this was the Meg day. So was Meg on Saturday or was Meg Friday? You didn't see us on Friday? Okay, you didn't see me on Friday. I made sure. Damn, you missed all of them, huh? Ugh. Meg was on Friday. Okay, Meg was on Friday. Then this. Okay, so this is what I was dressed up like on Friday. Okay, because then the baby gave was Saturday, and then that's when I was in my Bucky fit. Okay, so yes, so the Meg thing. I think because we had a lot of stuff backstage. We actually really could have met Meg. And then plus like literally where the room was, the green room, like they gave us a tour, like Meg's room was like literally across from us. But also with her room being across from us, there was like 4 security right there. And she wasn't even in the room. It was just like, we just don't want anybody fucking with the pillows in the room. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, but still like Roxy had something that it was something she was either supposed to meet somebody else backstage to try to coordinate something else. But the thing is, like, if you guys if you're able to make it in there, like, the thing is just like, so people had applied to be, to have the cosplay contest judge. But then Meg was like, this is, like, and I don't think it was any shade, but just like, if you're looking at, like, a full room of other cosplays, I think there was only, like, what was it, like, maybe 5 or 6 people up there. Just like, you know, especially if I'm seeing other people, like, well, can we let them? But I think especially because y'all know, and that's why security was so high. That's why they were not playing about these badges. I'm like, I had my industry badge. Roxy obviously had her talent. And we all had backstage. The way we got questioned to hell. It was just like, can we see it? It was like, badge, just this, like ID. And I was like, what do you want to see? So, it was so much. And then so obviously when Matt got there, it was like, all right, everybody, let's act right. And then so after it, obviously, let's be real. There was nothing separating really anybody from Meg. And hold on, is there a possibility? Can I like put on some music in the background? You guys even have that ability on this? Hold on, let me see. That just feels like weird. Like I don't know if it's just like oddly quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm just like yeah. Oh yeah, and that was the thing where we saw, like, as soon as I saw the Jack and Dexter, or I guess the Jack cosplay, I was like, oh my god, that's Anka. I was like, that's so fire. So I saw her come up, I was like, that was fire. And then it was somebody else that walked up there that was like, oh shit. But like, I knew once Meg was like, okay, well, who else? Like, you know, I knew that Liz, she said she was backstage. She was like, shit, if we can run up there and like, and the thing was, like, I was, like, me, Roxy, and Queasy were sitting right behind Cutie Senpai and her husband. So I was talking to her and stuff, and we were like, and I was looking at her like, and she was just like, I would have, like, because she was supposed to host, or assist with it. That's what she was going to help with it. She wasn't a host because obviously they had Brie, but it was something that she was going to be assisting with that. More than likely if she would have been up there kind of coordinating that, but it was like a whole thing. So we were talking to her. It was just, the whole thing was like, please, everyone's like, God, please don't let anybody be weird, because, you know, people just pull up to DreamCon just to be trolls because they know that's going to be where all the tension's at. So we're just like, oh God. So luckily, as we know, nothing stupid happened. But after, like, if you guys didn't see it in the front, once it was like, okay, thanks for Meg, and y'all go out there and dream coming up, dreamers. People that were in the front, like, some of them dashed to the back. Like, it was like, cause like, there was number 2 to the 4 metal poles and a fucking curtain that was keeping you in the backstage. And it was just like, Meg, and it was just like, so I'm actually shocked that there wasn't, like, at least the big security guards, because, like, I think, like, cause we met like a gang of them. They were really sweet to us. But at least I'm gonna be honest, like 2 or 3 of them right at that point, like, not just the little assistants. We mean the ones that like that. So like some people ran back there, and I ended up talking to some of the people, and they said no, they did have like the backstage passes or the wristband, but not all of them need to be back here. And I'm like, see, so I will say this, because people, you know, I'll end up hearing, I bounce around other people's streams and this, that, and the other, y'all know. But when people get upset about, like, well, I want this badge and I deserve this and da-da-da-da, and I should be, you know, they should be kissing my ass and throwing roses. It's like, it's because of shit like this that happens why it gets so tight. Because it's like, now before, what was it? You had, you had your basic weekend badge, you had your premium badge, and maybe you had some other type of, attending kind of badge. And you had like a panelist, like exhibitor, press. And then now this year you have creator, which they added, which was really cool. And we ended up kind of talking to them and kind of like suggesting like, just like, hey, like, more people are looking for, because everyone's kind of had their complaints with like, it's just the same people, but it's just like, what do you expect? This is a con made by people who are on YouTube. Like, you guys heard my gripes about that, so I digress. Anyway, so I was really glad to see a lot of the people who did get creator badges. Obviously, some of my homies being Avencia and a lot of others and stuff like that. So you got a different opportunity to be, to get, I don't want to say like to be on a panel, because there's panelists and then there's some, but they have those other opportunities in a con. So that was cool. But then, they add that. So then you do have like some of these other kind of rooms or all that kind of stuff. So they had like a creator's room. Cool. So even when we did the tour, they were even saying like, that's why they were trying to have it a type of way where you have like the creator's room to kind of keep from, because obviously this is what happens, is that people always have like their +1, +2, +6, because I remember fucking Pat and I think it was Tep, we were joking. I forgot what person's concert they were talking about, where they'd be like, oh yeah, I got a +61. What's up, Spike? How you doing? And then like all the niggas end up coming on the stage, or everyone, and then it's like that you got to think about if you're, literally put yourself in those people's shoes. If literally just walking around, like, especially people that you guys wanted to see, like, I'm just throwing out the ones that I know. Like I said, you got Pat and Persephone. They're trying to move, like trying to get through the crowd. And if they're constantly being stopped, then it's that level of people that need to be somewhere where they can breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I think like even some of us, like especially if you had like a fire cosplay or something like that, you're constantly being stopped. And like, I'm not saying everyone's an introvert, but still that level can be a lot, and you need a breather. So if you're these kind of people where you had some ungodly amount of fight, you need a place to breathe. So it's frustrating of people being upset that they can't be in those same rooms with those people, knowing they're going to be the fans that they are outside in the rooms with those people when they're trying to get space. It was like, you really got to respect people's space. So that's why they have to do that. So I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this next coming year, there's not another level of, like, I would say security or separation because of that, unfortunately. But luckily it wasn't bad and nothing weird happened from what I heard. But it's just still just like some of that little stuff happens, and it is what it is. Because literally just like, do you need it? Because some people were just wanting backstage. It's like, what do you need to be backstage for? And people just want to be backstage because they just want to be around those people. Everybody does. It's like, some people need to be backstage to either change their outfit or they need like to, like there's legit reasons. So just like, because honestly, being backstage, like I was back there, obviously the stuff, but it's just like, I'm like, okay, so are we good? Can we go? Cause I want to be out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I already bought my original ticket. I bought a weekend badge. So it's like, still, if I don't know, I got to look to even turn in my stuff. I guess maybe if I get, like, I really almost kind of don't want a refund because I really just appreciate everything. So I'm not tripping. But it's just kind of like, still just like, I didn't pay the money. Like, I'm trying to go do something. So it's just like, I want to be able to see y'all. Like, walking back there is literally, you're trying to get from one event to another in the most time efficient way possible. That's that. That's me. But like I said, I'm not, teach his own. I'm not one of these people like, you know what I'm saying? Where people just want to look like, yeah, I'm somebody. See other people I was with. It's just like, like I get it when you want to take your pictures with people and you're pretty, but when you're just somebody who's just the clout chasers, those people. So we'll put them in that category because I don't want people to get it confused that I'm making it a negative thing if you wanted to go take a picture with somebody, because obviously not. But we all know the people. So anywho, he said the bad weirdos, not all people know how to act. Exactly. It's just, it is what it is. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's just, and I hope this music, because in my headphones, this shit is kind of loud. So I hope it isn't loud to y'all. If so, let me know. But I think we should be good. But either way, so that was that, but it was really cool. Like I said, I don't know if anybody was able, this is probably the next day. Like I said, oh yeah, this is Meg. This is Avencia. Hold on, let me turn off this little music. Because when Meg came out, we were waiting, we were like, oh my God. And then, we were waiting, it took forever, and then I was like, so you excited or like, it was like, that's honestly the closest I probably like have here been to like the feeling or a vibe of a concert. I'm gonna be honest, I have never been to a real concert, but it's just like just a vibe of like the artist coming out and it's like, oh my god, they're right there. It's so cool. So that was a lot of fun. And I'll be honest, even being on like that quote unquote VIP stage or whatever, like it was only mainly convenient because like going from one event to another, like if I had to try to wait in that line or try to get somewhere or get seating like everywhere else, I wouldn't have been able to either get a seat or I'd been by the exiting door. Like being up there was just kind of like is a guaranteed seat. Other than that, like the view half the time where y'all were was a better view, and I was like, because there's times I try to walk down there, I was like, well, let me actually try to go get a seat down here, but I had my badge and they were like, oh, you're up here. I'm like, oh no, I want to walk down there. So like I'm gonna let y'all know right now, like the background stuff and all that kind of stuff literally is if you really need it. Like you need, like, I know it seems cool and all that kind of stuff, but I'm gonna let you know it's like because you actually need to get to where you need to get. Other than that, it's, you know, it's not like they have like, well, I will say in the green room, I will say this, I ain't gonna lie, they did have a masseuse, they did have Meg's Liquor back there, and then like, oh, I forgot, like, yeah, I got my my little water bottle, I got a pen, and there was something, obviously I got the shirt. I feel like there was something like I missed getting on my sweater because we were just so busy, but I mean, you do get that stuff. But I mean, other than that, it's just kind of like the main part of being backstage is just kind of like you're missing the con. Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't feel too pressed about like the tears of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, so that was really cool. It was cool seeing Meg, that, all that kind of good stuff. And even that shit that popped off when people were running back there, it wasn't horrible. It was just unfortunate. So anyway, we were tired and we went on about our way. I forgot, like, so that was Friday. I don't remember if we went out that day. I think the next time we actually went out to a club was when we saw everybody. So that was what, Saturday? So yeah, that was that day. So I think we just kind of chilled. I don't know, Max, if we were talking to you that day. You did? No, I think we talked because that's when you went out in your black outfit, right? Because we didn't get to meet Lito that day. Because we didn't meet you until the next day. So I think we were like done because we had been running around. I was like, I can't. My feet were hurting, so I think we missed it. That's what I'm saying. Like all the days get confused and it's just like, oh my God, it was set me on fire. Like I just couldn't keep up. Yeah, they did have a masseuse. I ain't gonna lie, I should have took advantage of that masseuse shit because like y'all already know I got a back issue the whole nine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the food and the water and stuff was needed. That's what I'm saying. That's the perk of that. But I'm just saying, like, I don't, like, to me, it's just kind of like, I don't, it's the way, like, you just see a lot of stuff where just like everybody wants to be that thing. And then you kind of feel like sometimes like you're not, like, did you make it if you're not that and what you're missing out on or something like that. And it's like, I don't know, I be feeling like I'm just like a chill ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't trip off a lot of this stuff. I don't value my worth off of, ooh, I was able to make it backstage. Now my mom will be proud of me. I can go and, you know, like, it's just, cause it's just the thing. It's just, you know, so if I can help for someone not feeling like they didn't make it, or just like, hey, literally it's just this. It's just like, oh, okay. Then you don't feel as bad. And it's like, that's literally what it was. Like, and if you look at it to the tier of what that level of people need, then it all makes sense to, cause I just want people to be chill. I would like for the community that I rock with, y'all not to be, don't ever feel that. And especially I don't want to be dealing with nobody in here like, oh, here someone was being a fucking weirdo. I'm like, nah, so-and-so. So it's like, let me just let y'all know on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's food and snacks and stuff back there. That was cool. The water, the necessities to live. But it isn't like they did not have food and water for anybody else out in the whole con. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that stuff was cool, but it wasn't like you would die if you didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, but yeah, so what else happened? Because I know we ended up kind of flying through some of these days because honestly, a lot of it's turning into a blur because I'm like, what the fuck? You're worth it. Yeah, it literally is not. Like as much as just like, real talk, I don't care. Granted, I work really hard to try to do stuff because it's just on me. And like, I strive and want to do this and it's just my own little passion, not for someone to see me. Because like I said, look at the shit that I'm doing. People still don't think I'm shit. Okay. So it doesn't matter. Just like, it's just my own personal goal and challenge for this, to do some of this stuff. But it's just the fact that, like, trying to do this, I don't want anybody to ever feel like that, or I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't want everybody ever to feel that way, because it's sad sometimes when you see it and it's like, So either way, but like I said, a lot of this stuff is just kind of like, we were doing a lot, like literally before we even went into everything with DreamCon. I know I've talked to multiple of you guys, and it's just like, I'm trying to figure out when we about to sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you're you want to get there from the crack of dawn to get there to see this, that, and the other. You got all the events. You're trying to make it to them. You want to meet everybody, see their costumes, this, that, and the other. Then everyone wanted to try like some of the food, to experience Houston, this, that, and the other. Then it's just like, oh, and then the party. Every time, where's the party at? Where's the party at? Then you go to the party. You don't leave the party until like, what, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or 1 or 2 if you kind of snuck out there early, to then turn around and you need to wake up at a certain time to then put on and get dressed for your cosplay, to do it all the fuck over again. And you are walking. Everybody should have lost weight. I know I did. Speaking of which, so because of all the walking around, so obviously the Bowsette fit, that's when I was like doing the most walking around, this, that, and the other. That one wasn't as bad. When I was having to get into the Bucky fit, I was like, sweet Jesus, keep me lifted. So I was like, okay, so when it came to getting in that, like when I tried it on at home, as y'all heard the previous story, I was like, oh my God, I'm a big bag. You know what I'm saying? All that walking around, like the limited eating, like I did make sure I did eat something, so I wasn't just like, oh God. But I'm not just snacking and eating bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like when I went to go get in that cosplay, the way that shit just zipped up, I was like, say less. I was in that shit, so that's going to be my main little tip to y'all going for DreamCon or any kind of con. Whatever your questionable fit, I'm going to say your questionable fit. It doesn't even have to be your main fit. If you have a fit that like, I just ain't really in it, let that be your second day. I'm just saying, because all the walking around, like, yeah, that's when I eat though. Please do eat. Don't sit up there and like, I got to fit into my fit. No, it was just literally, I'm just not sitting up there just, I can go for another little bonbon. I mean, we ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't doing no bullshit eating, and then even when you are eating, then you're immediately walking it off. You know what I'm saying? You're pacing it. So you're not just doing, big bag shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. So that's a little tip and trick. So just don't give up. And like I said, my whole mission, and as I was going to everything, I'm like, we're not going to cry. Like, that, like, granted, it wasn't like cry worthy of anything, but sometimes, like, basically that was my mindset, is like, I'm not going to let anything that may not work out in my favor mess up my day, So, and I'll give you guys a perfect example of why that mindset, like, significantly helped me to even meet some of y'all. But, so I was in that fit this day, and then it was time for the Bucky fit. I'm like, okay, bitch. So, we started the day, we went in, and, like, I felt like we were running a little late. We had, like, Roxy was supposed to do an interview. They pushed it back. I don't even know if she got to do the interview. So if you guys saw, because they had posted it up on DreamCon, their website or their YouTube, where it was, I think it was called like Dreamers something. It was like they did an interview, because they did it with also with Pat and Persephone and whatnot. And so Roxy was supposed to do one of those, and so that's what we had got up for that. So that we were trying to catch up on. So hold on, speaking of catching up, let me catch up on what you guys are saying real quick. What you say, right? He said that's how you had a time. Oh, for real, just because to hey, the way everything was a blur. Let's see. Who can get you opportunities. Oh yeah, that's just in life. Like, yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's just kind of like a lot of times that's what they say, like that's why they say you can't compare your success or your journey to somebody else's, because not even half the time it's like who is where you live. Like if you live out in LA and you're around all these people, you're like in this lifestyle, yeah, you have a better chance of meeting with these people, this, that, and the other. Hell, if you're in Never Neverland, Arizona, who the hell's coming here for a fucking premiere of a movie, or who I'm gonna meet that's in the industry of movies or animating or this, like you gotta sometimes be this here, there, and the other. But also it's just like with that, don't ever let that's one thing, like I I hear that, and sometimes it is true, but I do want it to be careful of that. It's like the who you know thing. Yes, it is who you know, but what I don't want to happen is for people to feel like that's the only way they can get somewhere is by knowing somebody and using that to be the launch pad of their success. So that's why I feel like you have a lot of people where they feel like DreamCon turns into, what do they say, like CreatorCon or CloutCon, because everyone thinks, oh, I got to get in, Mark Phillips' face, or I got to get to then, and that's how I can make it. Because it's like, stop and think of the logic. These niggas, you didn't know who they were. They were a group, and they were like, hey, let's do this, and they were consistent about what they did, and they made it to now you're trying to be around them. So it's just like, then that means you could have did it. And like, you can do it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why, like, it's true, but I don't want people to define that as that's the only way. In the same way, I think I was talking on another stream where people, for the Streamer University, where people, dropped out of school and quit their job for Streamer University. One, it was a weekend, relax. Two, it was like, people here, like, I quit my job and I did this and put everything towards my dreams. That's cool, I guess, but you also got to think of realistically your setup. Can you do that? And that's actually not a requirement for your dreams to come true. So it is like, you could do that, but then shit, like they don't tell you the stories a lot of times when people are like, hey, and then I had to come back and try to find a job. Like, so that don't look at that as that's the requirement to achieve your dreams. Like, be mindful of what you're doing, be consistent and all that kind of stuff. Because actually, Persephone, Essence and Big Jaw, they had an interview that they did. Both Essence and Persephone streamed it, and he was dropping a lot of gems. Actually, all of them did, talking about being in this space and how to grow and whatnot. So it just kind of like, so nothing else, do check that out. Like, being at DreamCon is very inspiring, and that's why I love going, because I'm like, when I leave, I'm like, bet I want to do this. I got this in mind and all this kind of stuff. So I love that for everybody. Trust and believe. I have no shade to anybody want to do and be more. I prefer that. I want people to have the passion to do something and not be like, let me see whose coattails I can ride to victory. Please don't be that, because trust, hey, like I said, I ain't nobody. Real talk, I ain't nobody. So with that, I done seen a lot of funny ways that people move and the way they try. So I'm like, I peep shit, don't like, and I'm like, all right. So let me see. I don't know, why is it doing that? What's up, Sean? How you doing? Oh my God, Sean, I didn't even get to see you. Why is it coming up like that? It's supposed to come up like this. Like, that pisses me off so much. I think because it's a resub, it does that. But either way, welcome in. I'm sorry, I'm just chit-chatting. That's what I'm saying. There were so many people. I didn't even get to see Dimples. Dimple was just lurking around being cute. Didn't get to see her. Sean and stuff, we had talked. We were like, oh yeah, we about to, and didn't. It was just like, damn. So, but either way, how you guys doing? I was trying to catch up on a lot of what you guys were saying. Let me see. Yeah, like, I think, like, Shay, what you're talking about with the sleep, I think that's why I've been so sleepy these past couple of days. It's like, I'll try to wake up and try to, like, I'm trying to watch what everyone is saying. Then I'll just fall asleep dead ass. I've given my all and blessed my heart. Just like, well, shit. Let me see, was it be yourself? Remember, like, exactly. Remember, folks are human. So with that, you know what I'm saying, chill out. Because one of the security guards was like, hey, it's cool being around these people, but everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. Like, they're still just people. So just like I said, until a motherfucker start walking on water, I'm gonna be honest. And with today's technology, I'm like, relax. But either way, thank you so much for stopping in, Sean. How you doing? What do you say? Yeah, it only gets 18 other plus. Yeah, those events too. Like I said, like, it was when I was dressed in the Bucky, like, I tried to go see Max's gig, and I was like, and that's the thing, I was upset because I'm like, damn, because I was running around because that was my panel situation, right? When I got off the stage of Roxy's set the day before, that's when I saw, like, hey, would you like to collab with DreamCon, this and that? I'm like, what? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm okay, so I'm doing this panel. That's how I found out. So now I'm trying to tell you guys in the Discord, figure out what time it was, everything that you can imagine, right? So it's just like, okay, sweet Jesus, keep me lifted. So I'm trying to coordinate with that, and then So then I'm trying to figure out for the next day, because obviously that throws us off for the next day how we're going to do things, right? So trying to get that coordinated. But then, so then we get up there, and then Roxy's like, oh, I have his press conference. We're like, a press conference? You say you miss seeing everyone because I wasn't looking at the Discord time. Yeah, and did not, like, DreamCon at this convention center feel like Vegas? Like, you go in, and then you look, you're like, 7 o'clock. Like, what? It's just like, where did the time go? It's just like, give me a window. Let me see the sun go down. Because it was like that. It was like, oh my gosh. I was just like, all right, well, okay. You said we saw you walk in the room for the panel for a second and then changed and everything. Yeah, so that first panel was the Black in Tech. I went, and so Roxy was getting ready for this panel for press conference. And I was like, okay, I got to go do my thing. And I think it was like I should have been able to get back in time. I went over there. And then so I'm trying to look for it. I get up there, and like as I'm getting there, they're changing the flyer and replacing my face with somebody else's. I'm like, hello? And then the lady's like, oh, you're Miss Game Queen. I'm like, yeah. And then like, did anybody tell you about this? I'm like, I got, notified as that I heard like something similar to this that we were supposed to be doing. It was in talks, but basically I've been given no details like, hey, you're going to be talking about this. So I thought more so I'm being interviewed, because obviously they have me listed as a streamer. So I was like, okay. And they're like, yeah, like, we apologize. Like, some got mixed up. The people got mixed up. And I apologize. I don't know who it was that was supposed to replace me, but that's what that was. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm just now getting there like 2 minutes before it was supposed to happen. So then when I leave, I'm like, okay, no, cool. Didn't even trip. Granted, I was like, I really wanted that, because I'm like, finally I'm on a panel, I get to do da-da-da. But it was just like, fuck. So then I'm like, so that, it wasn't even there. I'm like, I need to let everyone know. So I try to let you guys know in the Discord as soon as possible so you guys can go do something else or whatnot. And it was just like, then I'm trying to run back over to the green room to go meet up with Roxy, go do her press conference. It was just like, so I'm missing everything. It was just a lot. So I felt bad about that, because I know that too. I know y'all are happy, like, hey, GQ's finally doing some shit. Goddamn, amen. It's just like, then I'm like, so not even for me, I felt bad, because for y'all, it's just like, y'all really wanted to support me with something, and then here we go, something else falls through for GQ, and I'm like, so again, like I said, this is why when I do stuff, it isn't like I'm not saying stuff because I'm like, keep it on. It's just because, like, sometimes I've been robbed, this and that, multiple times of ideas, things that so many times. Trust, don't act like that hasn't happened. But some of the stuff is just like, I don't want to say something, and then like, I don't know what it is, my luck, then this kind of stuff happens. So it's just like, fuck. So I try to let you guys know, so then you guys can get to whatever other event. And then so outside of that, then this is Roxy, like the beginning of her press conference. Can you guys hear it?
Hey, y'all. All right, ask away. So I'm going to start on this end. We'll just work our way around the room, and I'll pass the mic around as we have our time available.
Roxy. So, I'm not sure who has control of that footage. I know Roxy has her own, but when that's gonna drop, so if you guys got a chance to see that, like I said, I don't even know where that would have been listed for you guys even to show up if you didn't know. I don't even know how the people that did get there knew about it. Let me see, catch up to what you guys were saying. Let's see. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy all over the place. You see, I almost forgot you went, to be honest. Oh, yeah, like Athena, I did too. Like, I saw Athena that last day when we were up there doing the, the cartoon SmackDown thing. But shout out to y'all in the Discord, the community as a whole. Because I know for sure in Max and I's Discord, you guys were communicating. I know even that had to been a lot where just like, can we all just get in one Discord and talk about shit? But literally, you guys were doing well, keeping up with each other. Nothing else that helped a lot of other people to, at least if they were new and hadn't, been at a con before, to try to find like mutual people. So mad props to y'all, because I would see the communication. I would try to get in there to try to say something if I could, to try to update y'all. But yeah, like mad props. What'd you say? Jinx told me once the screen popped up with someone else. Yeah, I was just like, and that, like I said, it was just like, oh my, I was like, I didn't even have the time to really be embarrassed. I was just more so like, damn, like I hope they didn't waste their time. So it was just kind of like, oh well, like I said, it was that whole mindset. We're not gonna cry. We just keep moving. Cause I'm like, I'm not gonna let that mess. Like I still have other things I can do. It's still all good. You said we looked up at the screen like, what the? Yeah. Let's see. You said bet. Let's try to do one next year. Whatever the intention, it just looks rude. Are you talking about like the switch up? Is that what we're talking about? I'm trying to like, I know I was talking. I'm like, damn. But yeah, I mean, I know it's just like, and then like with their planning, I think it's like, I feel like behind the scenes and stuff, there was a lot of like ideas that were thrown out, and then we just didn't know which ones took. And I think it was like, so I will say, because I know people are like, what's going on with the schedule and this and that. A lot of times it's just like, I hear the blame go out, or it's just like, by under the umbrella, it's like DreamCon, but it's like, there's other factions under that control certain stuff that will make it where it's just like, oh shit, we have to change up for this. Cause I even saw it with Roxy in the music thing, whether or not, just like even what Max said, either like, you know, she forgot her laptop, but someone else is like, well, this didn't make, or we had to switch up our whole set like this, switch up the order. Que Sera, there's like multiple things that would end up happening that would throw things off. And I forgot what occurred for the volleyball thing that threw at least 2 events off by like 30 minutes. Because I think they pushed back the Bay Brigade. Was it the Bay Brigade? That day because of the volleyball thing or something like that. It was a whole thing. So yeah, so like I said, like, so I apologize about that. It was just a lot of just coordinating stuff. But I'm glad. I hope you guys were able to like, you know, shift and get to wherever you needed to. And then what was the other thing? So we were running around, and that's what, so I was mad about that, but we were doing a lot of different running around to like a lot of Roxy's other events. I ended up missing Roxy's comedy because it overlapped with the Bay Brigade. That's what it was. And I forgot what was even before the Bay Brigade, because it was like, yeah, then there was a volleyball thing. So we were trying to go to the volleyball thing. That was overlapped because that got pushed. Then we ended up making it to the Bay Brigade. And then that's when I saw Vincia, I think again. Yeah, because we were doing that. I'll end up just posting that video on Instagram tomorrow because we had that. It's a little low. What's a little low? The scheduling, I feel bad. Yeah, good night, Dejan. Thank you so much. Let me see. No problem, Shay. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Like I said, I apologize. So really, it's not even long. It's just late. So I apologize. So like I said, if you do end up seeing it on YouTube, just go and like leave a comment or just message me in the Discord or whatever your thoughts were or anything else. But if anybody had to go to sleep, thank you so much for hanging by. I appreciate you. Oh, the switch up looks rude. Yeah, it does. It's like, we don't really, yeah. But I know it was just kind of like I said, and that's why I wanted to at least be able to tell y'all that it was just, I got let known last minute. So I think someone just confused stuff that me and Roxy were supposed to be on, or panels that were pitched out to do, and that whole mix up of things. So it was that they were talking about they couldn't pull apart the chairs. Oh, for your workshop. Okay. Now I think about it. Some of the same talent, multiple events. Yeah, like there was some overlap, and that was some of the emails that got thrown out. They were like, they had sent to me, they're like, oh shit, like, so the one, oh my God, yeah, I forgot. I ended up saving one on the last day. They said we weren't aware that you and Roxy's schedules weren't synced. So there was like some overlap. So on Sunday, was it Sunday? Yeah, the other one I was really proud about. That was like, okay, cool, we'll be able to do that. I know no one was even there because it was like, it looked like it got canceled, but I was able to save that one. But either way, but as far as like the last wedding ended up happening on Saturday with my little Bucky costume, like I was like, damn, I didn't really get to see anybody. It sucks. I'm like, this is the my cosplay. I spent so much time on it. I wanted to show everyone, or at least be able to take pictures of folks. Didn't really even get to see y'all. So I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I was like, so I walked by and I was like, now this is me trying to go through the gaming area. I did end up seeing Relly Rel for the first time, saw her, and I saw this. I'm like, shit. I was like, I can make up for it by doing this. I was like, this is my best cosplay. I'm like, shit, I'll do this 3D rotating thing. Luckily saw that, did that, and I was like, cool, I'll just do this. We were going to end up leaving, and I was like, you know what? I said, let me actually go try to see if I can't stop by Max's thing. I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm like, I know I'm a little behind, but maybe I'll at least be able to say hi. You know, I thought at least I may be able to see her event or something like that. But I went and the line was so long. I was like, hey, what's up with this? And they're like, this is the line. I was like, oh my God. I was like, the fuck? And so I'm like, shit, that's what it was. Roxy's thing, by the time I got to Roxy's comedy show, because I wanted to see that so bad. So when I left the Baby Gate thing, I went over there and then they're like, the guy was closing the gate. And I'm like, what the? And I was like, what? They're like, oh, it's done. I'm like, it's over? Because nothing else, I thought I was at least going to be able to see Roxy's set because I knew she was last. And it was like, I was like, there's no way. Like, how we're just now getting out of the Baby Gate thing. And they're like, yeah. And then what I heard is like, when they opened that shit for the comedy show, they ran in. They were just like, whoa. And it was like, because so many people were in, they had to close. Like, you could not get in. They're like, up, that's it. And I was like, holy shit. So I thought it was going to be kind of rough because it was just like, everyone's doing the Baby Gate thing. Like, it's probably going to be light over here. No. And so that's why I felt it. But this just proves what I was saying. Like, I know it was frustrating. It was like, damn, why are they doing this event like so close to this one or this one at the same time? Because like, if you could not make it in one of those other ones, you still had something else fire to go to. And like I said, I was not expecting that at all. Not like I didn't believe in anybody, but you know, a packed event, you think that's like literally for the big wigs, and they be like, you know, there's no like, so literally for especially my homies, my, you know, fellow mutuals that are doing like for this stuff to be packed, I was like, we did that shit. Like, literally had nothing to do with me, but it was just like, I just love seeing it. I'm glad because I would, you know, granted, I feel like the only person that, like, not even being like, what was me, but I think the only person that really happened to was me, but it was only because like it was because you guys didn't know. It was just like, so when I did my panel on Sunday, oh yeah, but let me finish what happened on Saturday trying to see Max's thing. So the line was so crazy that by the time I was like, whoa. So I was like, okay, well, forget it. And I was walking, and then luckily you guys were like, hey, GQ, and you guys were already in line. And I was like, by no means, I don't care what kind of badge I have. I was gonna be like, let me go and scoop-de-doo in. Like, I was like, I just didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but because of that, I was able to see all you guys where I was like, oh, I missed everybody. So, like I said, just keeping that positive attitude, I'm like, I'm not gonna let this upset me and ruin, like, that's why I was able to find that little 3D 360 machine. Still was like, you know what, shit, let me go try to see Max's thing. You guys be in the community that you guys are and being so supportive. Y'all were all there. And because the line was so long, we're like, fuck it. And it was like, you know, photo time. We just made a whole photo shoot. I think almost everyone could have got 2 rounds if they wanted to. So it just, everything that I felt like I was upset about and was going to miss, made up for it right there. So it just literally, y'all know that's saying a lot coming from me. But like, the mindset you have really does change the whole way something could have went. Because if you would have think about it, and I did, because I was like, oh my God, I could have really fucked that up for myself. I could have been, what was me, Eeyore, and be like, oh, I didn't get to see him. Pouted and just left and just went with Roxy and them like, oh, forget it. Let's just go to the restaurant, and left and would have missed out on all that. When it's just like, okay, wait, let me just at least see this or just something. It made up for, then there was no problem. I didn't, because really, y'all were the ones I cared about. Like, for our shopping or whatever, I'll figure that out if I can the next day, you know? But other than that, I was just like, damn, like, the cosplay I wanted y'all to be proud about, to be able to see, y'all didn't even, you know, but luckily we were able to do that. I know I still missed a couple people, but still, and then I was able to give you guys the cards, give you guys whatever. So it made a difference. So that's why I was like, for sure, like, please don't let the energy, the negative energy of not being able to do what you want to do, ruin your trip in any way. Because like, there's still a chance for something better to happen. He said, sets were not long. That's awesome. Okay. Message. You know what? I need to, like, with the time I have off, I'm going to obviously upgrade the stream, but I've been wanting to add that for the longest time. So I am going to put that as a thing for you guys to do that, and he'll come in and do that. But, he said next time you're going to try to sneak the community in. So, oh yeah. Cause it's like, damn. Cause like, and a lot of this is a learning lesson, like, for everybody. Like, from one, us being at this con, which was so much better, literally the size of it, the way, like, even though, like, it still was lines, but the way that the lines flowed and the structure of it was a lot better. If you think about it, compared to being at Austin, where it's just a wall of people, like, marching into something, it's just, like, so much better. And, like, literally, it was a lot cooler. Like, the air, it was actually cold. I was like, well, hold on, I should have brought a jacket. So I'm like, especially so as much as like, damn, it's gonna be in July, but we are fully air conditioned. So it ain't gonna be, the only time it's really gonna be rough is like when you're outside. But as soon as you get into that con, you're good, you're solid. He said if it wasn't for Kadeem and Lito, I know I wouldn't have got like, yeah, like I said, you gotta really do need help and support, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, it makes a big difference. Like I said, I'm really glad I was able to help out the way that I was, but then also being able to do my own thing. So it just like, and then Roxy and Queasy helped me out a lot too. So I appreciate everybody. And like I said, still the community, because at the time I learned shit off of what y'all was like, oh, this is here. I'm like, thank God, you know. So we did, let me see. So I think that was about it for, like I said, I'll just call it like my, you know, Bucky cosplay day, because it was so much. We ended up going to a restaurant, and then I think that's when we went out. Yeah, because I think that's when we ended up seeing y'all at the club. So then we went, and then that's when, like, all the One Tap crew, the fucking Tokyo. That's what I was like. His ass, I'm sorry. Oh my God, it was a lot of fun. It was just so, it got so packed so quick, and that was the thing. I was so tired from running around, like, and then we were looking for Roxy. And mind you, we were all the way in the back upstairs, and Roxy's like, "Oh, I found everybody," and we're like, "Where?" At the stage, and there was just walls of people, and we're looking. I'm like, "Fuck," and to try to get through. I was like, fucking A. Like, as I was walking out, I saw Vincia and a couple of other people. There were some other people up there, but I forgot. It was just, like I said, it was just a blur. And then we finally make it to the front. We're like, gah, gah. And so then we saw everybody. Praise God. You know what I'm saying? You said, what is it? Thank you, Paige. Y'all literally are the best community. Yeah, we're all proud. Like I said, I was proud of everybody. Like, it was really good seeing everybody have their thing like packed out and stuff. But yeah, like then like I said, when the One Tap group came out, and we were like, because then they ended up coming out on stage. But then like I said, I would just suggest this, you know, I have my other videos, but since, you know, we're already deep in the time, it's getting late, please go check out Nighthawk's stream, because he was going over it like of all the other little parties. But yeah, like we were tripping out about the switch up of the music. We were like, what? Because it was some kind of, it was almost like, it felt like it went from Proud Family to like Bend It Over and Bust It Open. It was like, well, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be just singing a kid's song, and then next thing you know, you turn around and it's just like, hold up. Okay. It's just the thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what was it? I feel my bad. But yeah, please go check out Nighthawk's stream to kind of give you more in depth. Because, you know, Nighthawk is more the music person, and kind of give you a better layout and feel of like what it looked like. Because sometimes the music, I was just like, all right. And that's what sucked. I was like, I'm about to show out. But like the switch up of the song just threw me off. I was like, all right. Like, granted, you know, tomorrow is Sunday. Some of these songs seem like a setup for a fast track to hell. And I'm like, I know. Not gonna get this little black duck. I'm like, So, with that, let's see. You said that's why I love these recap streams. I'm telling you, them transitions, boy. Let me see. You said forgot that. But yeah, that's what it was. It was a Kirk Franklin to the Juvenile. It was like not all of them I caught, but I was just like, because one of them I was like Nighthawk. I'm like, now Nighthawk was just like, I don't even know. I'm just like, so to hell we go, huh? I was like, I was just like, you will not give me the shake a cheek in the name of the Lord. Nope. So then the last day, once we get back, like I said, niggas is tired. I had like some kind of green tea shot or something crazy, and I was just like, oh my God, like it wasn't even that serious. But then we woke up, everyone was like, who got a headache? I was just like, so then like I was like, what was it? I think I maybe got like less than 4 hours of sleep. Real talk, because I knew it was the last day. So I'm like, I got to do everything. So I had another kind of like semi cosplay, but I'm like, I'm not in the mood to really do a lot with my makeup. I still have that I'm going to drop for you guys. I had to do like a Houston test, you know, for my little makeup thing. But I mean, y'all can tell me, even if it's just like, no, it wasn't as good as Awesome. But I think I did pretty well, all things considered. Like I held up pretty decently, all things considered. But yeah, I didn't really feel like doing a whole lot of makeup. So that's when I just had on my Aaliyah top and my little cargo shorts or whatever, pants. And then so I had my panel that I was supposed to be end up doing with Roxy, but she was doing the Boondocks thing. And then I thought I was good with the Boondocks, and I had to leave that early because I'm getting text messages like, oh, they're looking for y'all. And I'm like, we had more time. And then so I take off, run down to like, because we were in A, then I go down to C. No, I had to go to the gaming hall. That's what it was. I had to go down to gaming. I go up there and I'm like, still let me check. And then they're saying like, never mind, we're just going to kill it because this, that, and the other. So I'm like, we're not going to cry. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me still go see. I'm like, regardless, you say you're going to kill it, but let me go talk to some people. So I go talk to him. And then the girl that we were doing the panel with, she was really upset. And I was like, so I'm talking to her. And then like with all the chaos, I don't know, like literally this just comes from me and my job. Like I think things reach a certain level of like, everything's on fire that it's just like I can't even freak out. My mind just goes like, okay, well, let's fix it. So it was like, we're behind. The schedules didn't sync. And I was talking to the stage coordinator. She's like, well, I have this, da da da. And I was like, okay, well, is there a possibility instead of what was supposed to be, whatever the direction it was supposed to originally go, can we do it to where we're just kind of interviewed about our individual things? And we end up kind of doing something like that. They worked it out. I talked the girl down because she was really upset. And I was like, I think she was kind of new. And I was telling her, like, hey, because I was making sure she understood, like, and not to belittle what she was upset about, because she was like, this is my opportunity, and, you know, to be on this platform and da-da-da-da and whatnot. But it was like, and I get it. Like, if that was her only panel and then it's the last day and you don't get it, it's just like, oh my God, you know? So it's like, so I was like, honey, it's like, it's okay. Like, it's just been like this. So in a sense of not in a negative way, like you're not the only one, but it's just like, it's just a lot going on. So it's not like you are like, you know, the little bad egg and it just doesn't happen. I was like, I walked into someone photoshopping me out of something. I was like, so, you know, I was like, you know, as I'm looking at it, we could still do it. Luckily, they had to talk to a couple people. I talked to like, I guess whoever the main director was and whatnot. And then they were like, all right, we could do this. And so we ended up doing it. We got on stage. She was like, oh, you know, dried up her tears. And she was like, okay, cool. Coordinated it. And I think we were like literally almost like probably 15 to 30 minutes behind when we really originally supposed to be. So if you guys were trying to be there, oh, Yoko, thank you so much. Sleep well. Thank you so much for hanging out. You have a great one. I appreciate your support for even stopping by. If you want to catch up and watch the rest of this, by all means, I appreciate it. But thank you. But yeah, like we were still able to do it. So that's why I was like, yeah, it sucks. Like I didn't even want to waste the time to be like, yo, guys, it's still going on. Cause like by the time wherever y'all are at, by the time you guys see the message, y'all get back, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no problem. Thank you. So I was like, cool, I'm just going to do it. The people who were out there, there actually was like a decent, all things considered, a decent little group out there. She still had her little group. Like, I don't know if they're just mainly her friends or her Discord folks. They were there. And it was the only thing that sucks. And I wanted to kind of put like, but I feel like it's too late now, but wanted to kind of put it out there on Twitter. Like if anybody had any kind of footage, because I don't know if they recorded any of it or if anybody that was there. Because the thing is, it was in the gaming area, so it's just like we were doing our thing and we were on the big screen, but it's like everybody there doing gaming. Like if anybody had any of that footage, because I'm gonna tell y'all what, I like to say, you know, it's rare for me to be like, you know, be really that proud of myself, but I ate that up though. Like I was shocking myself on shit that I was saying. I kept it like, you know, narrow. You know, I was like, I wasn't like over talking, because sometimes I'll get into something and I'm like it was just like very concise. The flow, I was just like, fuck, and then some of the shit I was saying, even I was like, and this shit, they were doing it too. They were just like, yes, like that part. I was just like, fuck, and it's like, there was no way for me to even kind of set it up. So I'm like, so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna look at it like this. Like, again, we're not gonna cry. I was like, it's cool. I know what I did. I'm really proud of myself for doing it. And nothing else, at least they had someone to take a picture. It was a girl out there that did see it. And she had tagged me in the photo that she took. and she ended up following me. She was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, seeing that, it was really inspiring. I was like, oh, I touched one person that just felt what I was saying. And literally, like, some of the guys that were out there, they were like, no, that's facts, you know. And like the questions that were being asked, like, we just whipped those up at the end. They were fire. Because it was one of the ladies, I forgot what her name was. Cause I feel like cause it was a nickname and then it was like her name. And I feel like I'm gonna mess it up, but she was a partner. She ended up interviewing, very sweet lady. She was working with Xbox and stuff. No problem. Thank you so much, Nighthawk. I greatly appreciate it. I know you're tired. You've been up for a minute, but by all means, if you have any thoughts. Oh, you know what? Perfect, Nighthawk. When you watch it back, literally, like, because the next thing I'm going to talk about, because you were talking about Whataburger, and then I'm going to end up talking about, so by all means, please let me know your thoughts when you do end up seeing this part. But, yeah, so that was really cool. So, like I said, I wasn't tripping, but I was very proud of myself. And like I said, I wasn't going to let it get me down or anything like that. I was like, I did a fire-ass job. I know I did. So I was just like, cool. You know, so walked off, and then I had to head over to, what was it? I think it was the closing ceremonies. I had to run over to by that point because Roxy had finished her thing, but she had to do something. And it was like, you know, we ran off. And then so I headed out over there. Oh, no. It was the Cartoon Smackdown thing. This was packed. So before we get to what they would do on if you got it wrong, yeah, first thing in the morning. Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. I loved your recap too. Like I said, I gotta catch. So everyone's gonna catch up on everyone's recap. Let's just be real. So that was the thing. So I'm leaving my panel from that, cause you know, getting that together. Then I'm like, okay, shit, I gotta run over to do this stuff with Roxy. Thank God JD was like, because they had finished the Boondocks thing. JD was like, oh, you know, what are you doing? And Roxy's like, well, I'm doing this. And like, well, can you help me? Because I think GQ's still stuck in her thing. And so thank God he was there. And so they, you know, helped out with that. And then Queasy recorded all this. So thank God there's that. But, so mind you, now I'm running to get there. And then I go, there's this crazy ass line. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, okay, well, is this the room? And then they're like, yeah. So it was so crazy that I thought, because there was a lady outside, she's like, they were talking about the closing ceremonies. They're like, yeah, it's this, da-da-da. So, the name of the panel in the gaming hall. Oh, I had to look it up. Really, it should be on on my Instagram. I forgot what it was called. And so, what was it? So, the lady, she was talking about, like, the closing ceremony. So, I'm like, is this the line for the early, you know, the lineup for the the closing ceremony? I'm like, damn. She's like, it's full. I'm like, damn, the closing ceremony is already full. I'm like, fuck. So, I mean, granted, I still had my backstage pass to, you know, go. I'm like, well, then I'll just be seeing it from behind. I really wanted to see the gatekeeping thing because, like, I watched those that they do it because obviously they dropped their second one a little bit before DreamCon. So now to see it doing live, I'm like, oh, I really want to see it. So, then I was like, well, oh, well. And me and Roxy were already kind of tight because we were like, damn, like, our panel is, like, right in the middle where we would only have 30 minutes, like, at the end of ours to get over to the closing ceremonies. And I was kind of pissed. I'm like, Roxy, you're a talent. Like, I wanted Roxy to be on that stage for that final picture. I don't give a fuck what. Because literally the backup plan was I was going to cover the rest of this so Roxy could go and finish and she could just go. Because it was just like, just make sure you get in that picture. Fuck the rest of the shit. And I was just going to close it out. And nothing else. We were going to end it early and then head out over there. We had options. Because there was also another option for them to shift it up early. And even that was going to conflict with Roxy's thing. And then I think that's when I was going to take over. It was a whole nother thing. We had options. But either way, Roxy was getting in that damn picture. So yeah. So we get in there. So me and Roxy, like, you know, fuck it. Like, it sucks. It was at the end. And now we're, you know, probably going to miss the closing ceremony. We're like, ain't no one going to be at our panel because everyone's going to be at the closing ceremony. So we're like, wow, there's going to be like 5 people there. And we were like, fuck it. You know, if we're doing it and literally after so many minutes, if nobody's there, shit, we're just going to wrap it up and we're just going to have our closing ceremonies. That's how ridiculous it was. When you see the difference where we thought nobody was going to be there and we were going to wrap it up like with a grace period of 15 minutes. And then we were going to leave to go to the closing ceremony to see that it was so packed that you could not get in. It was like, oh shit. So and speaking of not being able to get in, like, boy, y'all thought, and the way, because it was supposed to be at 12. And then they were like, never mind, we couldn't move it. So we were like, the fuck? So then I'm trying to get in there. I'm like, hey, I'm flashing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, what do you want? You need titties? You need, like, what do you need to see? I'm like, I'm supposed to be in there. And lady's like, nope. So that's what I'm saying. Like, people can feel pressed about, like, well, I got questioned this many times and I had this behind the scenes scoop. Like, I'm not going to name out the members, but I'm just saying, 2 of the members for sure that I knew from RDC, their family either had a problem getting in and security had to go get them, or it was big issues like that. And it was just like, that's my family. So it just like, so I'm just gonna let y'all know, if anybody was pressed, like, I had this bad, I was this, my mom's the queen of their own, this is their con, their own family, their face looks like that family member could not get in. And there was badges that I never heard of. I think it was like, it wasn't diamond. I think it was like a legendary badge. It was something else. Like, they had that shit and it was still like, so I say this to say, do not feel the type of way. Everybody, they were being very secure about what they were doing, because obviously, like, you got to think, you had the whole Meg situation going on, and plus, even after the day that she wasn't there, it's still like, we just don't want any bullshit, because there's just a lot going on. So that's with that. So I'm trying to get in. I text Roxy. I said, Roxy, I can't even get in. They won't even let me in. And then as I'm standing there, here's this. No shit, no shade to the people that were doing it. I doubt they'll even see me. They're like, oh, well, you're GQ. Aren't you supposed to be in there? That's what I said. They're like, she's on the flyer. So we're outside the door. And they're like, she's on the flyer. She's supposed to be in there. And then she's still like, I had to text her. I said, Roxy, I guess I can't get in because they won't let me in. Roxy, she saw the text. Obviously, she sees that she's answering the questions off the phone. Thank God. She sees my text. She's like, yeah, the other member is outside. Can someone let them in? One of the DreamCon people had to go and let me in. Like, yeah, she's supposed to be in here. That's just how, you know what I'm saying? So, granted, yes, it's just like, you can feel like, I mean, it's still like, yeah, it should have been a little bit better. Like, but there was so much going on. We're at a new con. Everyone's trying to figure it out. Like, I try to give grace to things like that, because it's just like, I'm sure, like, literally, if being put in that position to try to coordinate that, I'm sure there was other things outside of that I would hear in the background. Okay, we need to get so-and-so here. Like, it was just a lot going on. I think not even the people themselves, like the coordinators and this, that, and the other, like literally somebody, if it was like a person that was supposed to be at this interview, it was like, okay, well, they're not here. Then we need to move up this. We need to move this room. There was a lot. And shout out to the volunteers and those who were working at DreamCon to get all this coordinated, because it was a lot of work. Yeah, like, seriously. It was just that, the communication. I felt like that too. It was a mix between DreamCon's actual team and then literally the like people that work at the convention center, and they were just given a DreamCon shirt, and they just knew, hey, like, you know, there was like Rob was saying, there's some old ladies up there and whatnot. If you think about it, they don't know the difference from a Mark to a Cleo to a Michael Jackson. They like, I know what I know is that if you don't have this, or this, you ain't supposed to be back here. I'm not trying to lose my job. Because also, just like, you're looking at it just like, it's their job. And it may be like, this is all I have. I'd be damned if I lose my job because either you're entitled ass, or you want to be back there with one of your homies, or you're just somebody who just doing that move like, well, I'm just going to walk like I'm supposed to be here. And then you walk like you're supposed to be here. I get fired, and then we all get in trouble. Like, it's just like, we ain't doing that. We ain't playing that. So I get it. I understand everyone's trying, but it just kind of was a lot. So either way, I was able to run in. Like, I don't know if anybody from the community was able to be there other than Athena. but yeah, we got in there, and then that was packed out. So it was like, oh shit. So if you got the question wrong or whatnot, what is this, from SpongeBob? Oh, it cut off? Then it must have been another video. I thought, so what they do, they're like, boy, or oh brother, this guy stinks. Shame. And it just like, so then they would walk off. So it was a crowd thing. I know there's multiple videos of it. I know Queasy has it. So I was like, so to come into that, I'm like, this is what the fuck y'all been doing? That was cool. I ended up adding to that. I threw out some of my little cards and some of the keychains. That's where the rest of the keychains pretty much went. Those went. I thought I was going to have those left over. We were giving out, obviously, me and Roxy, she had cards, obviously, too. She was the one that kind of came up with the idea. And I was like, she had her own cards because she's done stuff like that before. But I was like, oh, I want to do like a cosplay card theme thing. I was like, I'm gonna make it a series. So I had that. Then so what they were giving away were they had 4 sweatshirts, and then they had 2 DreamCon badges to next year is what we were giving away for the giveaways there. So yeah, we made it to the closing ceremonies. Like I said, there's a lot more stuff. Obviously, I'm just gonna end up dropping the other stuff obviously on my Instagram. So again, if you're new here or whatnot, check out the Instagram. I'm gonna be dropping this stuff. Probably gonna try to whip something together within the next couple of hours and drop that and drop something else. This would probably be the closest that I ever do like multiple drops within a 24-hour period. But yeah, the sweetheart I was able to meet, like I was so glad. Like Bree, obviously Story Mode Babe was so cool. There were so many pictures. Now looking at this is probably one of the worst pictures because I don't know, like this is like her mid blink. I don't know why someone said something. My eyes are squinted up. Roxy's up there probably saying something slick. Apologies all around, but yeah, I will post a far better picture because there was like 15 of them. Cause I think it was like clack, 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 a quick snap. And I was like, why are there so many pictures? And so I was just like, oh shit. So I'm like, either way. But I ended up getting to take a picture with her. She was so sweet. She was helping us around, like not around, like she was just like, oh, go here, but just literally we would see her in passing. She was like literally a fire hose. Obviously, she was did like the thing with Meg Thee Stallion. Honestly, I would have been jibber jabbers McGee. I would have like, and that too. What is it? Is it Ebony Nicks or Ebonix? I don't know how she goes about saying it. Cause I was following her like early, like in my like doing Twitch. Cause I just loved her theme and all this kind of stuff. So I was following her, even though I wasn't like the biggest sim person, but I just loved her. I was like, oh my god, like obviously she's in England or Europe, that side. So to see her here, I was like, what? I'm like, you're here. I'm like, obviously like because Meg's it, but I was like, that's probably like, so I would see her around, but I'll be honest, that one I wasn't brave enough to ask her to take a picture. I just felt like I'm just not in your streams because she doesn't stream as much as she used to also. So I just felt like, I don't know, but it was so fire seeing her out here. Obviously I love her accent. She's doing big things, obviously very big in the whole Sims community and being black and playing Sims. So that was fire. And then to see her doing that with Meg, I feel like that was even more so like, you're right there and Meg is like right here playing the game. I'm like, oh my god. Like, so that was fire seeing that. It was just great black excellence. Let's just call it what it is. So yeah. Let's see. Roxy says slick shit. No sarcasm. It's always something. Her accent was everything. Let's see, not gonna lie, I wanted one of those. Yeah, those Sims headbands, I was seeing that everywhere. One of my friends, Jonesy, she, it was unfortunate. I saw her, she had called me, she's like, oh, GQ, and I'm like, oh, I saw her, we were walking around, we went to the Bay Brigade, and then, what was it? We went to that, and then after we ended up seeing them at the restaurant, and then I gave her, like, my cards, and then, her daughter, I was like, oh, get one for your daughter for, like, the keychain and stuff. She had it in a bag, she had, like, a signed shirt from one of the guys from Boondocks, and then she said she had all that shit in there, and then she went off to go do something. Everybody's caught up, and she ended up leaving it in the restaurant. But me, Roxy, and Queasy and the crew, we were at that restaurant. She ended up leaving it in a chair, but she was like maybe 2 or 3 tables behind us. Obviously, I didn't think to go look right where she was, but she said she ended up leaving it. And I was like, damn, did you call the restaurant back? She said, yeah. She's like, damn. She's like, I lost your cards. Obviously, the pins that you gave me. She's like, and my signed shirt, which was like $50. For the shirt, for them to sign it and everything. I'm like, damn, I felt so bad because she was a big fan of them. And I'm like, but still she carried on, but she was at a party and she had like the Sims head thing on and she had like the glow sticks and stuff. So it looked like a blast. So that was a lot of fun. That was Sunday, being at the closing ceremony. We did end up seeing Max and Tasha there. They were doing their smoke and stack thing. Finally get to, I guess, catch up with Pat and Persephone. Got to see them, Tut and stuff. And then I did get to end up taking a couple of pictures with the guys from RDC. Thank God. So I got so now it just feels like I'm collecting them out. Because I saw Dez again. And Dez was like, because we were talking to Persephone. And we were like, oh yeah, we were chopping it up or whatever. And then it was like he was going around like introducing himself to, I guess we didn't know. Then we got to me and him were like, we like, yeah, we already know anyway. So it's like the only people that I'm missing now from RDC is is just Dylan. Dylan was a main one. Dylan was one of my favorite ones. Dylan and Mark. And I saw Mark there, and I was like, and people are already taking pictures. And that was the thing, is like, for us to be backstage, why are there so many, like, let me get a picture. Like, I feel like I know a lot of, like, when I say know, like, I've seen them on stuff, so I know why they're here, there, and whatever. So I was like, okay, so, and then people doing interviews, and then they had, like, but I will say they had some of their other people that they were fans of that were back there. So I was like, hey, you know, do you? And so it was even something for me to even be able to take a picture with Leland, and that was as we were walking out. And then I was like, I saw Mark, and I'm like, I wanted to take a picture, but it was just a lot. It was just like, because now I'm like the second time where I'm just like, ugh, and I was like, I can't do it. I was like, because I just didn't want to be that person, and I know they're tired, and it's just like, you know, people are like, oh, let me interview you. 5 questions. If you could, you know, if you had a hat and it was turned backwards, it's just like, And so I was like, okay, forget it. But then Ben had on this damn wig, and I was just like, who? I was like, oh, excuse me. And then I was like, oh my God, Ben. And he was just like, yeah. I was like, what is with this wig? And they ended up roasting Ben about this wig. They're like, when have you ever seen Ben talk about Jiraiya from Naruto? And I was like, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, well, if you don't mind, would you mind taking a picture? He's like, yeah. So we ended up taking a picture. I almost forgot to take a picture with Tony Weaver, because he was back there. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, we don't even have a picture together. He's like, oh shit. So we ended up getting that. And then I saw Dylan, but he was back behind like Ippy and stuff. So I was just like, so it kind of looked like they were kind of trying to group like RDC back behind. So it wasn't a whole lot of people. Like they were trying to tone it down so people got the hell on. He said Ben was at one of the parties. Yeah, or like, we were just too dead ass tired by the end of it. Like, I wanted to try to go to one of those, but after some of the other ones, I was like, and that was the thing, me and Rox were going to go, but we ended up going to the comedy show, which I'm really glad, but that shit was hilarious. So I was so glad I was able to see Tony and everything, and just, I don't know, just kind of joke and chop it up with him. And then that too, for Rox to be able to do a set there, like, that was fire. So by the time after that, it was like, we could still kind of go, but it was like, then we looked, and then there was a driver that was going to come and pick us up and take us to the airport, but we had to be ready at 8 o'clock in the morning. We were like, bitch, unless we trying to miss it, was like, forget it. We were like, nah, but I really wanted to, I wanted to meet up with Max, because I know she had something for me, but I was like, I didn't want, it was just a lot. It was just kind of like, so God knows I was trying, but I was like, I don't even know how to make this work. Compared to like, we were in Austin, it was a little bit easier to try to walk and coordinate, but in Houston, it's like, who's driving us where? And it was just like, you know, even that, it was like, I think Chinadu, did he drive us? I don't know. He drove us one time. I don't know. It was to from or something. Either way, it was just a lot. So it just, you know, but, yeah, so that was, okay, so here's the funny thing. So when we were leaving, so we were backstage, like this era. So I ended up also meeting, getting to talk to TK, one of the announcers. So I ended up getting a picture with him also. And then I ended up getting a picture with Leland. That was when we was walking out. But, oh yeah, and what is it? Taylor, or, you know, Oh My Senpai. I ended up getting a picture with her too. And then we were talking about a couple of video games and stuff like that. So we were joking around, and then we were leaving, so we were trying to, like, everyone's trying to get out. So now we're going out through the back way. And so it was like this freight elevator, like, hey, let's go. So then it was like, so in the elevator ended up being Roxy, because Queasy ended up leaving, because he was like, hey, I'm tired. Like, I think we're good. He went, and he had all this camera footage and stuff. So it was Roxy, what is it? Story Mobay, myself, Tony. Well, yeah, we had Tony Stadavici and Tony, the photographer for the Thomas family. And then it was EJ, Tony Stadavici's friend. And I felt like there was 2 other people in there. It was like 2 white dudes, I think. And then the elevator coordinator dude. So we're in there. So we all like, we just running. Because at first we were like, no. We were like, oh, fuck it. So we went. So we're in there. So the other freight elevator that we were in, you could see the wall. Like, you know how they close. It's like clank, clank, clank. You know what I'm saying? But the other one, you could see that the brick wall, so you could see that you were moving. So we're all in there. And then obviously with the Final Destination movie that came out, it was kind of like, are we good? So everyone's like, is it moving? Roxy's going to go, hey, if we end up getting stuck in here, we're eating GQ first. And then, no, she said, who we eating first or something like that. And then the elevator dude was like pointing to me, and I wasn't paying attention. And then I was like, wait, what? And then it was like, and Roxy said, okay, who's all in agreement that, you know, if it all goes downhill, we're all going to eat GQ. I was like, pause. And then Tony Stadavici was like, I mean, that's a lot. But I said, wait a minute. I said, first of all, we ain't even down that bad. Ain't no one checked their bag for snacks or nothing. It was just like, wait a minute. And then so then it was what was concerning that nobody was like, no. I don't know what the qualifications are for, the game of Alive. I was like, what? And then like someone else was like, I mean, and I was like, what? So then we do get out, and then we're all lost backstage trying to figure out like, how to just get to the green room. So we're walking, and then the guy that's what it was. It was one of the guys who was like a DreamCon, I guess kind of, I don't know, not a tour guide, but one of the guys who tried to get us through. Like he knew his way. Oh my gosh, Athena, please. Like, I don't even know how you whipped that up that quick. That's crazy. But anyway, but then I was like, what the? So we're cracking up, and they're just like, so we leave, and then we end up, we're thinking we're on our way out. And then we end up going in, and we're in the kitchen. We're like, why are we back in like the cafeteria by the, where they're cooking up the food and stuff. So it's cold as hell back there. And then we're like, we went to go try to go through a door. It was locked. And so like the DreamCon dude was like, dang. He's like, okay, never mind. We have to go this way. So Tony's like, well, at least we're already in the kitchen, so we don't have to EGQ. I said, I mean, I guess, thank God. But then, like, Story Mode Bae was like, she was like, well, I mean, we got the seasonings. I said, hey, the switch up, we just took a picture, and now you're going to go along with Roxy, and let's nothing else. You don't want to unseason GQ? I was like, what are we doing? And Roxy just eating it up, no pun intended, but just cracking up because she starts some nonsense, and then for the fact that people are going with it, I'm like, this is ridiculous. And the fact that I was like, I mean, if you gotta eat, you got to be kidding me. What were the qualifications for this? I was like, how do I even? She's like, no. He's like, you look, you got some tender meats. So like, Roxy says that she's like, hey, no one want to eat meat. She's like, I'm too gamey. And then like Bree was like, not gamey. I was just like, sir, please get us the hell out of here. I think like literally Tony and EJ was like, I think they were giggling and cracking up a little bit, and they were just like, Lord, keep us lifted. I don't. So we made our way out. Like I said, it was fun. We laughed, we joked, we went our separate ways. And then we ended up going to the Tony comedy show. That was fun. We were tired and I'm going back to the hotel. Now here's the part that was funny in regards, because like I saw Nighthawk talk about Whataburger, right? So we were driving for the app, so you get $20 off. So we're like, hey, it's the last night, we're tired, hungry as fuck, what are we gonna do? She's like, fuck it, let's order Whataburger. I'm like, yeah, let's use the code. I'm not a fan of Whataburger like that. The least one out here in Arizona, I'm good. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Spike. They were saying I was mad tender, and I'm mad that sit up there, Bree was just like, if I gotta give me a little piece, a little drumstick of GQ, I just at least want mine seasoned with some Laries or something. I'm like, the only person, I guess maybe Tony Stadavici, at least he was just like, I mean, at least we're in the kitchen when we have other options. I think that's what he was saying. I don't know if someone else is like, at least we could cook her out properly. I don't know, but I found that concerning. I digress. So anyway, we order our food from Whataburger. Roxy's falling asleep. I go back to my room to go drop something off, come back when the food is ready. Or no, I went to go pick it up. Roxy was falling asleep, so we're like, cool. Then, so what was ordered, this is the problem. What was ordered, I was like, let me just get a regular hamburger and like the whole little thing. So I just basically ended up getting like whatever Whataburger's version of a Happy Meal. So Roxy's like, okay, so she ended up getting the same thing, but she wanted a grilled cheese. So we get it, we open up and just like, surprise, I was getting a little shit. And so Roxy opens one, because now that she got two cheese crisps or whatever. So obviously with not a cheese crisp, but a grilled cheese, it should look like a sandwich. So we open it and Roxy's like, oh, well, here's your burger. And I was like, oh, okay. And Roxy's looking, she's like, damn, did they mess up and give us all burgers? And so she opens one burger, two burger. Then she opens the last one. She's like, well, wait, this is the burger. I said, hold up. Hold up. I said, so then what do you guys say, Roxy, please tell me. And I'm up there like, I'm tired. I was on bending the fucking knee. I said, tell me them other two things were not your grilled cheese. And she's just like, oh my God. Because they look like hamburger buns. I was like, that is not. And so this is, I had to record it because I'm fucking weak.
That is not how that's supposed to
But
be.
wait, this is supposed to be Roxy's grilled
Boy,
cheese.
I'm finna kill somebody.
A circle grilled cheese?
That's not how it's supposed to look. Hey, what That's an egg sandwich?
No, it's not supposed to look like
Oh,
that.
Whataburger does.
Hey, this finna piss me off. I was rooting for you.
So one, like I'm sitting up there and I was like kind of like I don't really eat Whataburger, but I was like I'm cool with my little shit now. So Ross sit up there like, okay, bitch, you gonna sit up because I was like, and we didn't record this, but it was hilarious because we had each got a cookie too. So I was up there talking about my cookie, and Ross was like, okay, you up here complaining about the chocolate chips and a fucking cookie. She's like, this is all I have to eat, bitch. And so I'm up here eating this crappy ass little. She's like, cause you could tell it felt like they were like at the end of the day and they just like whatever burn and then just threw it in there. And I was like, holy shit. So I'm crying laughing, right? Cause I was like, you basically got 2 burnt wheels of cheese and they just say, here, shut up. Cause it's like a big ass block of cheese. So I'm like, it's like government cheese melted. But shit, I think government cheese don't melt, but still it just like, damn. And then like, you got 2 of these bad boys. I was done. I was like, ain't no way. She's like, and then the thing, she's like, Whataburger out there apparently really good. She's like, that's what she was like, I was rooting for you. There was no excuse for this. And so, mind you, this is all we have to eat. I'm like, I'm cool with mine. So now she up here trying to call and complain. Now they won't even deliver anymore. And she sit up there and she eating these. Just...
Damn. Roxy got 2 good cheeses.
It's not, but it ain't even a fucking bread it's supposed to be on, bro. Nah, hell nah.
Roxy
Where is the complaint department?
Roxy ordered 2 grilled cheeses.
Come on, man.
And a hamburger. And she thought they put 3 burgers in there.
Cause it's supposed to come on Texas toast. Okay.
She just had to eat.
Now where you gonna complain? Hell no. Yeah, lucky I'm hungry.
The other one. But I ain't never seen no.
Cause it don't look like
It looked like a meat patty.
Grilled cheeses, that's what they looking like. So it's just some.
Why did y'all
Look
do
at
that?
that big ass chunk.
That's
of
what I'm
cheese.
saying.
I was so weak. And then I had my cookie and I was like, so I bit into it. I was like, and she's like, what? And she's all curled up in the blanket. So she's obviously mad about her little grilled cheese. They did look like hockey pucks. They did. And then she's like, so she was like, well, what? I was like, nothing. I said, well, is this like Texas chocolate? She's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I said, nothing. It said the chocolate just tastes like, I don't know. It just tasted like my chocolate chips had been next to a grill. She's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I said, they taste coaly, like charcoaly. They taste like like, I don't know, like, oh my God, I can't even say it. I can't even say what it is. I can't get it out. But anyway, but it tasted like it was broiled. It was like, it had like a, I cannot, I see it. I cannot say it. It won't come out. It's like, I'm trying to say Charles Barkley with an accent. I can't say it. I've already, like, I learned this from my friend. If you fuck up more than 2 times, done. It's just, you got it. That. I'm not gonna trip and fall over that word one more time. That is what I was saying. Yep. Yeah. So that, and then she was just like, she's like, what you ain't about to do, bitch? She's like, you don't sit up here. You had your little food. She's like, I didn't hear you complain once about that hamburger and was fine with them fries. But now I'm over here eating these burnt wheels of cheese, trying to get by with my little life and my little sweet tea on the side. And you gonna sit up here and complain because your cookies taste a little toasty? I said, nothing. I said, it's just the fact that like the cookie part tastes fine, but it's just like the chocolate chips taste like, I don't know, like bullet shell casings. Like, I don't know. It just tasted like it had an extra something on it. She was, oh my gosh, she was so mad. It was funny because it was just like, what you ain't about to do is talk about my goddamn Texas. I was weak. I was just like, it's okay. It's just an acquired taste. Like, it just, I don't know. The little prepackaged cookie, I don't know. That's just all I could think about. It just tasted like something. I was just like, so after that, I'm like, all right, girl, but let me go and get the hell on. So I went back and I packed up my little stuff, but it was just like, I think it was like maybe like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock by that time. And then when I got back to the room, I'm like, okay, I want to clean, pack all my stuff so I'm ready to go in the morning. Real talk, by the time I was done, nothing's more sad than when you're like, okay, I got everything packaged up and I had all my stuff packed, ready to go. And I was like, let me just go and wheel it by the door. And I was about to set the alarm for me to lay down, and I heard the birds chirping. I was like, oh, I'm not going to get to go to sleep. I'm like, okay. I was like, never mind. I had my little sleeping pants laid out. I was like, never mind. I just folded them up and put them in the suitcase and just put on what I was going to wear out. I was like, so I just stayed up. I was like, fuck it. So that was that. We got on the plane and we came home. But yeah, these were the cards. If anybody missed it, these were the cards that I had. Like some of them had like little holographics on it, whether it be hearts or little sparkles, the Luigi's and whatnot. So I'm going to be making some more of these. So just as explanation, like just in case you didn't get one and you're like, oh, what the hell? Like this isn't just a one-time thing. I mean, it's just really convenient. You just got one now. But yeah, so I'm making like my own little mini series of like, you know, again, I'm not like a cosplayer for real, but for the little cosplays I do like, I want to have like a little series, like a little collectible. So, you know, collect these or whatever. So what the goal is just like, especially because I am doing like the 3D printing stuff. We'll discuss that in a whole nother stream because obviously it's getting late. But like, if I give you guys anything or something like that, like I'll be able to put one of these cards in what I give you guys. So, you know, it's also an incentive to like, oh yeah, let me get something. So yeah, you'll get a card and you can collect them. Like I said, right now, just the Luigi and Bowsette. Obviously, I'm going to do the Bucky one. And then I'm also going to do a updated version of Bowsette and stuff too. And that's the other thing, like, then I'll have like better quality pictures. These are just pictures I had before and then, you know, testing it out and making. So once I have like some fire-ass quality pictures I've taken and stuff too, like, so I really appreciate you guys' support. Like I said, it was funny because someone thought I was selling these. They were like, oh, I saw that you were selling the cards and the keychains. Like, how much? I'm like, no, I'm just giving these. Like, I don't do giveaways. I don't have, like, I was just like, I owe y'all. So this is my chance to give back to y'all. Like, God, please. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I would like to, you know, do more of these and stuff. Like, so if you guys have any suggestions or you do have, like, your favorite cosplay or something that I've done, like, oh, we would like a, you know, a card version of this or something like that. And if it gets enough, because I only got 50 of each, because I'm like, you know, you order these things, it's like, you know, so like I said, they had a front and back. On the back, it has like the cartoon version of the Bowsette, and then I have my little purple ink panda, the little chibi version on the back, and it has a QR code, which will, you know, get you to my link tree so you can, you know, follow and all that kind of good stuff. So that's what's coming going forward. Like I said, later we'll talk about, I guess let me get you guys to the main screen. Sorry, this is the new overlay. What? Jesus, did it close? Why does it? Hello? Oh, this is embarrassing. Please hold. The fuck? I don't know why the little thing didn't work. Let me see if I can fix it real quick. Sorry, y'all. This is just bugging me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to fix that right now. That's cool. Anyway, but yes. So I greatly appreciate y'all. I hope you guys had fun with the recap. I know I'm like missing stuff, and I was trying to see if maybe Roxy had the time to try to jump in if she wanted to say her little stories. But hopefully, when she gets on, and she tells hers, maybe I can jump on with her if she, you know, assistance through storytelling and whatnot, so you can hear like her point of view. Because like I said, we weren't around each other all the time, so you know, I missed out on stuff and whatnot from her end. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Queasy for being like, you know, doing all the work of like getting all the video and the audio and pictures and all this kind of good stuff. Shout out to y'all. It's been 84 years. Yeah, you know, we're just trying to, you know, get them that funding together to you know, so we can get her a computer and all that kind of good stuff. But like, real talk, like I said, if obviously you guys were there, you've seen all the footage from everybody posting about DreamCon. This one was fucking it. I'm not gonna lie. I really have no complaints. I appreciate the opportunities that were afforded to me, both from assistance from just, you know, Roxy being a big support of all of this, and me, and even being able to help her. I know she appreciates that too. She tells me all the time. But yeah, it was just cool to see all the work that we put in. Some days when you're like, is this really gonna turn out to be anything? Like, I don't know. And then to see like it did, like it like I don't know. I'm just really happy. Like I said, the whole time I was like, keep the mindset, like, we're not gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna think positive and move forward. What the hell is this? Like, I'm like, what is this little thing in the corner? Let me just close this out. I don't know why it's like the overlay is acting funny. But anyway, so yeah, I greatly appreciate y'all. Like I said, as a reminder, like, I have never seen the Piece by Piece, so that releases on Netflix this Saturday. So if you guys are interested to see that, we're gonna coordinate the time. I gotta see what you guys voted to watch that on Saturday. And then for all my Marvel Rivals players, we're gonna be getting into that soon, but nothing else. Up until probably maybe if we end up playing on Saturday or whenever, you know, you can catch me in the Discord. I am still working on some other things, obviously changing up the overlay. Yeah, there's like some bigger things I'm working on that. Like, I really got to test out because there's like some little things I got to like purchase to see if it works. But I really think I really feel like you guys will enjoy it once I get it all going. Other than that, it was a hoot. I'm just so happy. I can't even tell you. Like I said, I know that you guys didn't get to see everything or be at all my panels or be at whatever I could have been on or whatnot. But I don't know. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get the feeling that, you know what I'm saying, this may be the girl's year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep working hard. Nothing slows down. I never get comfortable because it's just like you got to keep going. So I really hope things pick up from here. Like I said, because I know I have a lot of work to do regardless. I appreciate all you guys' support and everything, but I still need to do a lot more because it is, I mean, real talk, it is following. Like, it is hard when people look and they're like, oh, only 2,000 some people follow you. Shit, I'm proud about that because I didn't even think I get to there, but I do got to get to like those real numbers eventually and soon. So I'm going to be trying to work on a whole lot of stuff. I hope that it works out, and I appreciate you guys wanting to be there to support me and everything. That almost made me cry. I was like, oh my God, they were trying to be there and they couldn't. So I thank you guys so much. This is going to be a great year. Everything's coming forward. I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys, like I said, if nothing else, for sure on Saturday for the watch party. And yeah, that's about it. I'll go and let you guys go so we can get some sleep and stuff. And then like, yeah, I'll probably end up having like a little, maybe like a Discord, like, I don't know, 007 super behind the scenes of some DreamCon stuff that I may have forgot about, because I mean, to do a whole nother stream about that. But I'll let you guys know all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, sleep well, do the button that does the thing. There you go. Bye.